Yo, Flows, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, this is just a pre-show because it is the debate tonight with Mctoon on celestial navigation in a half an hour. But anyway, we got Just Bill, PJ Cruikshank, Vicky, and Jeff Conkel in Ellemnet. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good. Oh, good. How are you doing?
Aussie. Yo.
It's good
Oi, oi, oi.
It's good to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Before I say anything, I just have to say, what the hell is going on with this voting poll? 112 votes, guys. Angles require 2 straight lines. That's a given, correct?
It is a given, but if they're globe believers, they have no straight lines, Flatzoid. Not in sphere-shaped air.
Obviously. Yeah, I mean, when's there no refraction day?
Yeah.
So yeah, angles require 2 straight lines. I mean, that's practically the definition of an angle, guys. Yes, 22%. I'm glad we have some hope for humanity still. But 78% no, that's just a failure. I don't know how much times those people have fallen on their heads as a child. But wow. They do have a mental illness if they think an angle doesn't require 2 straight lines. But it's good to have everybody here, guys. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, tonight's debate is based because Mctoon is a Patreon supporter, obviously. And it's one of his perks of his Patreon. So, guys, if you want to become a patron, you want to debate me, hit that Patreon and support the channel. And then again,
I'm a Patreon, but I don't want to debate you.
we can debate on what's the best fish. How's that?
Yes, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel, all the patrons. I don't give you guys enough shout outs. You guys rock. All the members as well. All the people that just show up and hit that likes and share the show. You guys are awesome. So I'm just going to say hi to everybody quickly in the chats. Jeff Concal, Bible U, thank you for coming. Matthew Eastman, hello. Groovy, thank you for coming. Charlie Welsh, hello, hello. Duncan McLeod, good to see you, mate. Glad you could make it. Ronnie Pickering, hello, hello. PJ Cruikshank, Spaceballs. Moxie, thank you for coming. JK, it's also good to see you too. Furious Furfer, thank you for coming. Igor, hello. Hello, hello. Harry Cornwall, good to see you too. Thank you for coming. 15 minutes of fame. That's also good to see you. And then, yeah, I'm going to read this super chat out more than once, though, because it's something we got to ask Mctoon. From Daniel McLeod, thank you very much for your $10 super chat. He says, not sure if you saw this, but please ask Mctoon. The top line of the angle goes from the observer to the star. The bottom line of the angle goes from the observer to where exactly? Would that be the GP of the star? So in other words, the circle of equal altitude is on the same plane. That means your line of sight has to have straight lines over a horizontal parallel. And do note, guys, these measurements are taken to the visual horizon. So that means they can see the horizon. So when they come with the nonsense, we don't need to use the horizon. When you use a nautical sextant, you certainly do. That's why they have to create a artificial horizon when they can't see it, because they require horizontal, because the whole sextant principle requires this for it to function. No straight horizontal baseline, no function of the sextant. Anyway, thank you for the super chat, mate. Dustin Bones, thank you for coming. Martin 6, thank you for being here. Availability, good to see you too. I will not get the jab. Hello, hello. Did I say hello, Jeff Conkel? I think so. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Robert Digital, good to see you. Movement Rider, glad to have you here. TB, always good to see you too. Ryan S, thank you for coming. Who else that I'm seeing there? See the same people. Missing Framezoid is already gone. Glenn Sells, yeah.
Charlie Welsh.
Yeah, Charlie Welsh. Hello, Charlie Welsh. Glenn Charles, good to see you too. And then I saw who else? I saw someone else. I think it was sovereign. So much comments. Oh, there we go. Mark G, thank you for becoming as well. And then Victoria. Hello, Vicky. Felix C, good to see you too. Pure Medicine, good to see you. And then I think it was Sovereign Soul Unchained. Hello, hello. Taylor Vision, Titan Long, and Jeff Gassett, and Mixer Stone. A lot of people in tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate it. You guys rock. And just as we saw, DSP 2.0 and Bringsteen. So, what are you guys' thoughts on tonight's debate?
Well, I'm hoping he's not as arrogant as he usually is. Like what he said about miss a few months ago. But maybe he'll be persuasive enough to turn him into a flat earther.
Wow, Mctoon will never become a flat earther. He's too
Hey,
invested.
PJ, you can wish in one hand and crap in the other to see what gets filled first.
Maybe gold bars will come out. AWCS, good to see you. So yeah, no, he's too invested in his belief system. He will never change. That's what we've realized.
You mean he's a Christian that doesn't believe in the Bible?
That one. I mean,
No.
even that execrate guy. Like, I heard him talk about on the last show on Dell's, and at the end they were talking about the Bible, and he says even if the Bible did say it's stationary, which it definitely does, he said he would still have to question it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Shows you what kind of Christian he is. I believe your words, God, but I'm calling you a liar.
Wow.
Yeah.
How can you go God a liar?
Hi, Ian. Good to see you. Yep. Mctoon will carry on being Mctoon.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
I hope he concedes the point made in the super chat.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna ask him the super chat. I want to see if he's going to be able to answer it.
But of course, we all know he can concede that. That's a flat Earth proof.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I mean, just the way the sextant works alone requires it to be a flat Earth to work.
Exactly.
And I can guarantee you he's going to try to obfuscate to, let's do celestial navigation on the globe. Or let's do celestial... That's got nothing to do with how a sextant works.
I mean, he takes he shows you orthographic view and says that perspective is taken into account.
What? And when I asked him about it, okay, show me where, he says, no, I'm ashamed. It's like, but you said you're doing it, so what? That's pushing the burden onto me. Not understanding orthographic view is 2-dimensional, perspective is 3-dimensional.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Paolo, good to see you. Jaren's mate, Mctoon. Yeah, I really, actually, interesting thing. I told Mctoon straight. Remember, I'm not Jaren. If he thinks I'm going to just go like Jaren, oh, yeah, no, it's okay. You can get bent lines and tangents. No. No, sorry. Hey, Richard G, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you can make it. So, yeah, we'll see how it... when the debate starts. Hopefully the debate's not going to be too long. If you guys want to watch the debate when you're not watching this live, just forward to 30 minutes per about, I think. Yeah, then it should be ready for the debate. Tune is Jaren's handler.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I see we've at least got some more intelligent people come in and voted. We've got our angles require 2 straight lines. Yes, 30% now, so it's gone up a bit. Hey, Shifty Eyes, good to see you. Should we actually do this on screen for them? I don't know what is an angle. Let's see. What is an angle? In Euclidean geometry, an angle is the figure formed by 2 rays. That's 2 straight lines, people. called the sides of the angle, sharing a common endpoint called the vertex of the angle. Angles formed by two rays. Whoopsie. That's an angle, guys. You see? See,
Yep.
that's an angle. Two straight,
Absolutely.
because it's the opening between them that gives your angular reading, your degrees. Uh-oh. Keep that in mind when we're going to talk to Mctoon, guys. So we'll see if he gets that.
Absolutely.
I don't know why we have to actually show this to anybody, but apparently we have to show it to 69% of the people that voted.
That is
I don't get that.
pure
How
troll.
does it be that bad?
That is really bad. No,
I mean,
Brainstein, it's not about the dictionary, it's about what an angle is. The dictionary just confirms that it's two straight lines. And if you don't define a word, then how are you going to know what it means? Yes, Ryan S. Degrees. That opening, that arc is a degree measurement. Did you not know that? What? Oh, wow.
Crazy.
It's like these guys have never looked at, even gazed upon a protractor before. Yep, they make up their
No,
own
I-
definitions, pure. Yeah?
I think I was. Oh,
No, go ahead.
go for it.
No, I already said.
All right, I was saying. Oh, why can I hear my voice twice? Like I was saying, yeah, I think I used protractors in primary school.
Exactly.
You do, even in primary school, yeah. It's probably about like I don't know what you call it, yeah, but we'd say primary 6, primary 7, just before you go to secondary school. I would say we learned about it in primary 6, just a year or two before we go to secondary.
Yeah, I would like any of these people to go to any educational institute and ask them, I disagree with an angle being two straight lines meeting at a vertex, and see what they tell you. They'll probably give you a number for a mental institute. Or they'll ask you, are you on some kind of drugs? Yeah, Ian, the last Mctoon debate you saw was Patrick Gunnels destroying him. Yeah, he did destroy him.
Good.
Yeah.
What can we do? If the guy doesn't have any, if he can't even get past the first step, he's going to suffer.
He might be drunk too, right?
Oh yeah, he's always drinking his moonshine or something, whatever he's drinking in that cup.
Toonshine. as
The
he calls it.
toonshine that he calls it, yeah.
Wow.
I'm actually quite thirsty to be... I think I'm going to get myself a drink before before it starts.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. The juice.
Your coffee.
No, it's funny.
Did you see what Taylor?
Taylor's causing waterfall.
Yeah. Don't go making waterfalls.
But what did he say? I rode over stones on my bike and they fell over. I nearly made a waterfall. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Who's it? Who is it?
I just realized I don't have a bottle opener. But I do have a ring.
I used to chip my teeth.
I'm named.
I used to chip my teeth doing it.
Less than 30 minutes, WCS.
Yeah, in 15 minutes. 15 minutes the debate should start.
Aye.
I see we're starting to get more intelligent people into the chat voting yes. That's a good thing. There's still hope for humanity, people. Ah.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes it's funny to read the comments.
That's what I'm doing. It's quite a few in at the minute. 57 is good.
If you guys haven't already, please do share the show. Hit the likes and share the show. It really, really does help to get a wider audience out there. And I'm sure tonight's debate is well worth it to get as much people as possible on.
What are you drinking there, Flat?
Hunter's Hard Lemon.
Ooh. You get them bottles like that?
It's actually very nice.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice.
Yeah, I bought a 6-pack for the bri and I only drank 3, so I still got the 3 left. So
I'm actually drinking lemon as well, but it's better lemon. It's a lemon. No, the cloudy one. Nice.
Oh yeah, this is that Ada, whatever you say his name is. He keeps telling me I'm running away from him to debate him on nautical. And I'm telling him all the time, I'm right here.
Wow.
Really weird.
You run away from every debate, Flats. You don't do any debates at all.
I'm such a coward.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what you like. You thrive on debating them. So what do they mean that you run away from it? Run towards it.
How often do I debate?
Yeah, exactly.
Really weird. Yeah.
Mm.
It's really weird. I mean, and like I said, I've probably got another debate on Saturday against Bev Try Thinking now as well.
Wow.
Because now he's challenged me to a debate. I have no idea about what. Probably about angles as well. Because the guy thinks horizontal means it's not flat, which is weird.
Available ability flat.
Who are you debating?
Bev Try Thinking.
What does that mean, Flats? That Furious Fura said?
Dutch courage. Dutch courage means that probably the drink gives you Dutch courage. No, this is definitely not strong enough to give anybody courage. Hey, Keith Fern, good to see you. Thanks for coming. 5%.
Who are you debating again this weekend?
Bev Try Thinking. You know the guy that says bendizontal?
Okay.
I was always on his channel for a long time.
Well,
but then he started being really weird and stuff. And then then I ended up just leaving the channel and going on with life. And now lately he's just been trolling my channel. You know, like defending people like Dal for some weird reason.
Well, Brainstein thinks you would debate a dishcloth if it promised to come on your channel.
Sorry?
I'm saying Brainstein, Flats would debate a dishcloth if
Don't make me make a spoof video out of that just to make fun of it.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I've debated myself as well on here, guys. I did.
That was so fun. That was brilliant.
Let's see if I can find it. We can actually watch some of it quickly.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. That debate was great. That was great.
But it's good to have everybody here, by the way. Thank you all for joining if you have already. 61 people watching and we haven't even started.
Very good.
It is good, yeah?
That's good.
Das ist gut, ja? Oh yeah, guys, I've started working on my new merch line.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen some of it. Really nice. Really nice.
It's
I will be working with them.
Downloads should be, yeah. This is the first design.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
This I call it. It's a flat earth lacquer. Probably if you guys can't see it properly.
Oh yeah, you got the AE map. Nice.
Just for the fun of it. I mean, why can't you have a made AE map on?
Sick.
Horizontal flat earth. It's lacquer.
Nice. I like that. It's really nice. Really cool. I would wear that.
Horizontal
No
says flat Earth. It's lekker. It's lekker.
do you do hoodies as well?
Yeah, there's just the logos I put on right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the idea. I'm going for the vintage. Is lekker flat Earth look.
Cool. Nice.
Got quite a few different ones. What's
What
my
a
best
curious
seller, Brain?
thing.
What's my best seller? I haven't sold one merch item, Brain. And the reason I don't want to is because it's just too damn expensive. Because I was on what's that other? I was using that other platform, but I'm not gonna let people pay 400 rand for a cap. I mean, that's ridiculous. I can't do that.
I was looking online today because I've got a pair of trainers that look like pair of boots that look like what Marty McFly wore in Back to the Future 2. So I got Vicky to look up see how much the trainers from the actual trainers from Back to the Future would be.
Yeah.
They were like 123 grand. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not getting a pair. I'm like 123 grand. You could get a house for that. For a pair of trainers. Wow.
Where is the debate night? There we go.
Oh, it was brilliant. I love this. So funny.
There's no sound. Where's the sound?
Hello, I am Yuri Yankovic. I am not related to Wild Old Yankovic, but I am from the YouTube channel Flat Earth Yankovic. So today I'm going to be presenting relative density disequilibrium, and from the flat Earth we do not need gravity. Now my opponent is going to try and convince you about gravity as...
By the way, how do you guys like my Amish style there? Professor Barkley.
I love it. Oh, it's fantastic.
being an everyday proven thing, and I am here simply to debate and tell you the structure of gravity does not exist. Okay, so what is relative density disequilibrium? It's very simple. Relative density disequilibrium is simply the density to the median. So if something is...
I don't like this look, by the way, because it reminds you too much of Jaren. Yeah, Divergent One, it's crazy. 66% of people who voted thinks angle do not require two straight lines. It's insane. I mean, it's 143 votes. Let's go to where I started talking.
You have already put energy into this. I have a ball in my hand. That is very good question. I get a lot from the potential energy into that ball. Now, if I have to let go, I have to understand that the potential energy will now become kinetic energy. Now, why would you expect it to go up if you have already put energy into the system? I let go, it is going to go down because it's releasing that energy. Now, when you will less pressure.
Where's the other guy to talk? Professor Barkley.
We have this little thing called... Do you what I am? Thank you to my opponent for a...
Sounds like utter bees.
Side with me when we say everybody that has an education knows gravity exists, unlike these flurfs. Really sad. Anyway, being a professor, I have my education and I know gravity is simply mass attracting mass. We know this because of Einsteinian gravity, where he puts it simply as space bending due space and time bending. It's time dilation. We can prove this thanks to the Cavendish experiment. What else can we do to prove gravity? Well, it is very simple. We can take does it look like a water drop or any liquid form? It takes the shape of a sphere. Why? Because it takes into the center of gravity. The same with, I don't know if you've ever took a welding rod before and you weld and the sparks fly everywhere. Yeah, when it falls to the ground. Why? Because of gravity. And it comes to a perfect sphere. Oh yeah, sphere is the perfect shape. What else can gravity teach?
Well, that was it. Does definitely go better. At least I had some fun.
Absolutely.
Let's see if Mctoon has got a link for me. He's got a Zoom link for me.
I do.
We're probably going to start soon.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Ja. So,
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut, ja.
Ja, das ist gut. Schnell.
So, I'm going to try and hopefully the debate doesn't go on too long, so we are able to do an after show. But we'll see what's going to happen. Okay, so I'll see you guys after the debate.
All right, see you in a bit, bud.
Shot, dudes. Cheers. 3 minutes. Boom.
Recording in progress.
Ooh, recording in progress. Mic. Okay, I don't think he can see me yet. I thought he would be live by now, but he's not live, guys. Hey, Connor Apple, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Alan Orstrand, good to see you too, mate. And Jonah Edwards, hello. But it's good to have you all here. Really appreciate everybody. Boom. Okay, I'm alone. Yeah, you're debating Mctoon. Far out, man. Yeah, just waiting for him to show up. Driving and listening. Oh, thank you very much, Godzilla37, for your $7 super chat. Really appreciate it, mate. You rock.
Hello.
Aloha.
What? I don't speak African.
No, aloha is a Hawaiian hello, but I can say hoe gaan dit met u?
Gesundheit.
I hope it's going well.
Yes. All right. I'm a little behind.
No stress.
Kat, I was helping my wife do some stuff around the house here, and then got behind. So all right, I have one thing I'm going to pull up to cover.
Awesome.
I need to get it up. How do we want to structure this?
I don't think we really had a format, so we can just chat and then see how we take it from there.
All right. There it is. Okay. I have right here. All right. Did that come through?
Yeah, I heard that.
That audio?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm piping the audio correctly. I'm going to say it again here in a second. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to start. I'll start mine, and then I'll talk. Yeah. Have you started yours yet?
Yeah, I've started already.
Oh,
so
hi everybody. All right. All right. I will. I'll mute myself and whatever here, and then I'll talk to my chat. And then I'll come in here. So about 5 minutes.
Awesome. See you now. Cheers.
All right.
Okay, guys. So yeah, he's doing his live show quickly. So he's actually prepared something, I think. Little does he know, he doesn't really have anything to navigate if he doesn't understand everything's flat. Hey, Baked Goods, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate the support. And TY Smokes, hello, hello. Jolly Man as well, good to see you. Alan has to go to bed. No, man, stay up. Well, watch me and Mctoon talk about angles angles require straight lines for the next 2 hours. Come on. 160 votes. And angles require 2 straight lines. 36% say yes, which is cool. Definitely going up. That's a good sign. Some more intelligence popping in. Excuse me. Thank you for coming again, guys. You guys rock. Let's see. While we wait for Mr. Mctoon to show up with his Mr. Shaw. So, everybody in chat, do type 1 if you think Mctoon's going to understand what it means when we talk about straight lines for celestial navigation. Make him defend the latest moon landing. Flat Sabbath. Unfortunately, that's not the topic for the debate. But yeah, it will be funny to see what he would say about that, though. Isn't everyone bored with Mctoon by now? I don't know. Like I said, he is a Patreon member, so it's one of his perks.
Hello, Flatzoid.
Aloha again.
Aloha again. We were talking before a little bit, in case you don't know. So this is for those watching on my channel and on your channel too, Flatzoid. This is my monthly one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because I'm a patron at the what level? Wolf something level?
Yeah, Wolf. Thank you,
All
Wolf
right,
back.
Now, so that makes me one of Wolfie's 60/20s people then, right? Is that what you're...
No, we're flat earthers, so I got 6 patrons, you one of them, so that's awesome.
Hey, how many people are in your chat right now? Watching right now?
60, I think.
Shame on you. All 42 that are not.
I got a lot of members at least, so.
All right. You can't. How is it? You just think about this, people over on Flatzoids. How is it that I'm a better patron than you are? All right. Okay. This is the monthly. We missed last month because I just didn't have the time. But
yeah, we're very busy. Yeah,
it's time. So.
But you've been debating a lot lately.
I have.
So
well, the challenge with you, of course, is your time zone is a bit of a challenge. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, all right. Well, celestial navigation is the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my book right here.
Nice.
This one here, from David Birch, Celestial Navigation. Do you mind if I cover a little bit of something first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let me get. I'm gonna. Let's see. I'm gonna change it so people can see what I'm talking about. Where is it? That's not it. There it is. Okay. So I'll share to you what it is that I'm doing, and then you can present it if you want to your people there too.
Okay.
And it's a little skewed. There we go. All right. Here we go. All right, you see that?
Yes, I do.
All right, that's Euclid's Elements, Book 3, Proposition 18. So that shows there on a circle, which when you bisect a sphere, you get a circle. That from FC, that's from the center of the origin of the circle out to C, a point on the surface that intersection between FC and that line, that straight line, is perpendicular, showing that a curve can have an angle to it at a perpendicular point. And that another line there from F to G, do you see that F to G line? That F to G line is not perpendicular to line ED, but it is perpendicular at the surface B, at the point B on the surface. One thing to note, because sometimes this comes up, is that the fact that there is a straight line involved does not change the fact that there's a curve on that circle, right? That circle is still a circle, even if there is a straight line involved. They are independent of each other, right? They have a relationship, but they are not, one doesn't, the fact that the line is straight doesn't change the fact that the circle is curved, right? Here is, all right. Here is then another thing that sometimes comes up is whether or not you can measure an angle to a curved surface, and that goes back to that previous one. I'll just show this here. I'll talk over this. There's a exercise ball that I have there, and I used the Theodolite app on my phone to measure an angle. You can see me holding up that phone right there to the surface of that sphere. Right there, right to the edge of it. And that's going to represent that line right there, that view. That's going to represent line from position G to position C on this diagram here. That's what we're seeing at this right here. And then we move along, and the angle to the top of the rocket there is what I'm measuring. You can see it's 15.9 degrees, and if we go back a little bit, we'll see that the angle to the surface of the ball there is minus 28.6 degrees. So you can do the math on the total angle there that I measured. So, and then one more thing, here is our conversation so people know. I asked you, and you didn't clarify. I said, I'm asking, could you clarify, since this interaction has left me wondering, do you claim, 1, celestial navigation is possible using only flat Earth, or 2, celestial navigation is not possible using only flat Earth? I asked you that, you didn't answer it, and I even said, so number 2, because
there we
you
go.
didn't answer
It is
it, and
answered.
you didn't answer that.
It is
So
there. It's flat Earth based. There we go. So that answered.
it's okay. So number 2. Are you saying that it is possible?
Number 1, it's only possible flat Earth.
Ah, it is possible.
Yeah.
Using only flat Earth.
It's because it's flat Earth based, yes.
Okay,
Even what you just pulled up shows it's flat.
This shows that it's curved, actually, though. Just like this shows that that's curved, right? So there's an angle to a curved surface right there.
Can I quickly correct you something you just showed there?
Sure.
You said take an angle to the surface. Note that when you do celestial navigation, you're taking an angle from the surface.
No. When you do celestial navigation, just like on this one here, the phone is not actually touching the surface. Like the camera is not. The phone was, but it's above the surface.
Yeah,
right?
but when you're on a boat, when you're on a boat,
you're above
on
the surface.
Yeah.
So like point G, when you're on a boat, you're not half submerged in the water. You are at point G on this diagram when you're on a boat, or at any elevation above the surface of water. So in order for it to be on the surface, the camera would have to be half submerged in water. Anything less than half submerged in water is going to be represented by point G on this diagram here.
Okay, now you're above the surface.
Yeah, above the surface.
Okay, and your point is?
I'm just saying, just for clarification, so that there isn't a confusion later, when I'm doing this measurement here, the camera is at point G on this diagram.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're saying it's just above the surface, okay?
Yeah, it's above. It's not touching the surface, like half submerged in the surface.
And can I ask you why you got straight lines there?
Why do I have straight lines?
Mm-hmm.
Versus what?
Because when you do celestial navigation, you would agree that you're losing optics, so it's refracted, so it's not a straight line.
Very true. Yep. So this is the first case to increase the precision, you can use refraction adjustments. But when you're just dealing in an introductory level here, which is where we're at right now still, then you can use first order approximations by not including the refraction.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You guys require the straight line to make the angle measurements, which means it's flat. Your horizontal reference datum is based on a horizontal.
So again,
from being above the surface, not in the center, because you already assuming you need to be in the center of the Earth for this, correct? That's why you're using it from the rational horizon.
No, you're using it from point G, not point F.
Yeah, but that point G would be the sensible horizon, correct?
Point G is the location of the observer.
Okay, and that is the sensible horizon because that's with the height of I.
The height of I.
Which is your sensible horizon. It's parallel.
Yeah, you can use whatever name you want for it, but the fact that line GC is straight doesn't change the fact that the circle is a circle, right? You agreed to that earlier.
Yeah, on geometry,
right,
that's true.
Yeah.
But when it comes to celestial navigation, you're not living in a two-dimensional geometric shape.
Well, of course not. And like I said, when you bisect a circle, you get this. Or sorry, when you bisect a sphere, you get a circle like this. So that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking.
That's what this is.
But that's what I'm asking. When it comes to your celestial sphere, out to your nautical celestial observations, you require straight lines, which you don't have because you set refracted, so it's bent.
No, I don't.
And you require a line of sight to the GP of the star. So that means that means the horizontal has to be that's what a circle of equal altitudes are.
Flatzoid, can you do celestial navigation?
Yes, everybody can. It's called navigational observation and using a nautical almanac. Yeah, but we're not doing. But what we do.
But you can't. But Flatzoid, I know that you can't do it.
Obfuscation.
Why are you saying that you?
Listen.
Why are you saying that you can do it? I know you can't.
Listen.
Flatzoid.
Listen. Obfuscation. Do you have straight lines?
It's not obfuscation. Right here, Slim.
Do you have straight lines, Mctoon?
Can you take these 3 points
Do you have straight lines,
and get the observer's location?
Do you have straight lines, Mctoon?
Hold on. You cannot do celestial navigation.
Do you have straight lines, Mctoon?
Flatzoid.
Do you have straight lines? You haven't answered me. Do you have straight lines, Mctoon?
No, they're curved.
Then you can't do celestial navigation because celestial navigation requires straight lines.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're showing on screen straight lines now.
I am, like I said, a first order approximation.
So then
you do not know when I say a first order approximation, do you know what I mean?
Go ahead, explain it.
Okay, that means that when we do an introductory level to this and our precision isn't as good as it could be, then we use these first order approximations. Then as we progress to more and more need for precision, then we'll include the curved line, which of course is totally possible. You can totally do a curved line.
But the angle measurement is a straight line, correct?
No.
Angle measurement is not a straight
line. When you include refraction.
But you don't.
You're just talking about the intersection.
When you citing the star or whatever, you don't have refraction in taking into account. You're just citing it, correct? You're looking at.
No, you're
taking an angle measurement with the sextant.
Hold on, I'll answer. You asked me a question. When you take that angle, then you adjust that angle with refraction if you want to increase your precision.
After you've taken the angular measurement, correct? Which requires straight lines.
No, it doesn't. The angular measurement does not require a straight line.
You're showing it on screen. You're showing it on screen, straight lines.
Yeah.
What's an angle, Mctoon? What's an angle?
Yeah, an intersection between two straight lines.
So
and you can have
hold on.
Let me finish before you interrupt me. You can take a tangent to a curve and use that as your straight line. You can use two tangents to two curves and use those as your intersecting points and get an angle at those two.
The GP from the star has to be on the same plane as the GP of the observer, Mctoon.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, not at all. Now, again, I am the only one of the two of us that can actually do celestial navigation. You can't. I've gone through this book. You cannot do celestial navigation. You've admitted that.
What's a circle of
Right.
equal
I mean,
altitude, Mctoon?
Feel free to disprove me
what's
by
a circle-
showing the process of doing celestial navigation.
What's a circle of equal altitude, Mctoon?
It's all the points on the surface of the globe that have the same angle to the star.
So same 90 on the same plane.
No.
No. So if
No.
I take an angular measurement to a star, what is that? Where does the top line go to from observer to the star? Correct? Of the angle, the top line.
From the observer to the star, yeah.
Okay. Where does the horizontal line go out to?
The surface of the Earth. In this picture, it's line GC.
No, sorry. When you're taking a line of sight, it's to the GP of the star, Mctoon.
No, not at all. Not again. I've done celestial navigation. You have not. I know what I'm doing. You do not know what I'm doing. So that's not how it's done.
So we've conceded
we can go through. You've conceded what?
So you've conceded then you require
I've
straight
conceded
lines.
nothing.
You require straight lines for
No.
a measurement.
No.
And you
No,
don't
I've
have straight
conceded-
lines because
No,
of refraction.
That's fine.
And
I
you
have not
conceded
conceded
you do
that.
not go
I have not
to a
conceded
center.
any of these things. Why do you just lie about this?
You're telling me you know what's
I've
going
not
on, but you
conceded
don't know
any
what
of
a
these
sensible
things.
horizon is. What's a sensible horizon?
There's lots of names for the line GC.
What is the sensible
I'm
horizon?
just gonna say the line GC.
No.
Right? Do you
The
mean the
sensible-
line
the
GC
sensible
in this
horizon,
diagram?
The sensible horizon is the horizon that is parallel through the scope of the sextant. What is a visible horizon?
Go ahead.
That's the horizon you're measuring to when you're taking the GP of the star. And
There's no GP of the star. Tell me what page of this book talks about measuring the angle to the GP of the star.
the nautical almanac is based on the GP of the star. You know, when you look
No,
in the
it's not.
almanac and it says
I'll
the Aries,
need a-
and
I'll-
it says Aries, and it gives a GHA and
Yeah,
a declination of that
Yeah,
star.
but that's not the measurement of the angle that you're doing with the
That's
sextant,
the
though,
GP.
Flatzoid.
That's the GP of the
Yeah, it's the
luminary
GP
you
of
are
the-
observing.
Yeah, but that's not what you're actually looking at
What's a
when you're measuring to the horizon.
What does a geographical position mean, Mctoon?
That would be the point on the surface of the globe directly underneath the star at that moment.
Great. So when you open your nautical almanac and you look and it gives you the GP of the star, that's the geographical position on the surface of Earth, correct?
Of the star at that instant, yes.
Great. So that GP of the star is on the same circle of equal altitude of the observer, correct?
The GP of the star is the center of the circle of equal altitude.
Great. So if I measure a star, let's say, and calculate it 3,000 nautical miles away from me, it's straight on the same plane, a horizontal plane?
No.
You said you know how to do nautical navigation. You're literally throwing
Oh, I do.
away nautical navigation, yeah?
I do. Oh dear, no. Oh,
Yes,
no.
you are.
Not at all. That's not how it's done, though. Flatzoid.
Oh, so you're saying
Because
there's
I've-
no trigonometry then for celestial navigation?
I didn't say that.
So you would agree there is
Why would I say that?
trigonometry for... You'll say we use triangles, a trigonomic function.
Oh no,
Sakatoa.
no. There's no triangles. There's no triangles.
What if I
in this,
bring
no.
up a whole bunch of citations saying you're wrong? Would that prove then you don't know how to do celestial
No.
navigation?
No, what it would do is it would show that you know how to cherry pick.
Okay, that's cherry picking.
So what I want you to do,
I'm gonna share my
if you were to
screen.
show me the step-by-step process of doing celestial navigation, that includes a triangle. That's what you need to do.
Sorry, can I bring up some of those
So that you can cherry
citations
pick.
for you?
Sure. Cherry pick
Cherry
away.
pick. There's no cherry picking. It's just simply.
Oh, you're totally gonna cherry pick. I mean, we all know it. We all know you're gonna cherry pick. But go ahead.
Okay, let me just pick up some of them quickly. Open them for you. There's no cherry picking, but okay. Because you clearly say there's no trigonomic function for celestial navigation, correct?
No, I said there's no triangles. So
What
try
is-
to
what is-
keep it correct.
What
There's
is
no triangles in
so? What's
celestial
what's
navigation.
trigonometry?
Trigonometry is more than just triangles.
What's trigonometry?
You don't know that?
What's trigonometry?
What is trigonometry? You don't know it? Why are you trying to tell me what trigonometry is if you don't know what it is?
You're saying it's not triangle, so I want to know what's SOHCAHTOA.
I said it's not just triangles.
Is SOHCAHTOA triangle?
SOHCAHTOA is, but there's more to trigonometry than SOHCAHTOA.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's not just solving
6.
triangles. Do you know how a fast Fourier transform works?
No, go on. Explain.
Okay, sine and cosine are used in that. No triangles at all. Do you know how discrete cosine transforms?
But you see, we're talking about celestial navigation, which specifically works with trigonomic function of SOHCAHTOA.
Well, it does. Oh, well, just show the process. Go ahead.
Let me quickly get on screen. Can I share my screen? Okay. Let's just share my screen like that. Share. Okay. You can see what's going on here? Okay, I don't need this one yet. This is just the principle of six. I want to bring that up just now. Okay. Navigation of the stars. Okay, this is obviously different techniques. Talking about trigonometric was first used in navigation by 14th century. Several navigation techniques can be identified in navigators' personal notebooks, including the table the application of plane trigonometry. You would agree plane trigonometry requires it to be a triangle?
No.
What's plane trigonometry?
Don't know that it's not specifying it here. It's just giving a little bit of
plane trigonometry
overview.
requires it to be on the same plane, in other words. So if I'm making an angle measurement over a plane,
okay. Well, bring up the process.
Okay.
Let's look at the process.
This is one navigation with the stars.
Bring it up.
Trigonometry.
Yeah, bring it up.
One,
bring up the process that they used in that.
We're still getting there.
You're a little. Why are you scared to bring up the process that they used?
We're still getting there. Trigonometry
So
processes.
you're just cherry picking. You're proving me right by cherry picking.
Trigonometry process or celestial navigation or astro navigation subject to presentation of maths curriculum, blah, blah, blah.
Bring it up. Let's look at how it's done.
I'm just first giving all the citations showing that they do use trigonometry.
Well, just show how it's done there, Flatzoid.
Trigonometry.
Let's look at how they do it. Why don't you want to show how it's done?
Sailing with trigonometry. Okay?
Let's bring it up. Come on. Oh,
I've got it up.
Bring it up.
Trigonometry is used in navigation.
No, bring up the process. Bring up the process. Let's look at the process. And
you saying we don't use trigonometry. I'm saying we do use trigonometry. That's the argument right now.
I'm happy to go through the process in this book where there are no triangles involved. But you're saying there's triangles involved in the process, but you're not showing the process. Go ahead. Show it where it's happening.
There's sine and
Can
cosine.
you show the step-by-step process of celestial navigation using triangles? Go ahead.
Okay, you take a measurement to the celestial object, correct?
Go ahead.
An angular measurement. I'm going
You
to try to draw.
You don't need to keep.
I think I'm
you don't
gonna
have to
draw
keep
it.
asking me. Just go ahead and show the process of doing
I'm
celestial
going
navigation.
I need you to concede when I do these things. That's why I'm doing it this way.
No.
Yes, yeah. Okay. When we take an angular measurement to a star, let's say in the sky here, we are on the ocean floor or, on a ship or whatever, it doesn't matter. We're using a nautical sextant, so obviously on a little boat. Okay. And we're going to take an angular reading to the star, correct? Would you agree about that?
Keep going.
Okay. Now we've got two straight lines going out that way. You would agree that we have a 90 degree.
No.
We don't
That's
have
not 90. That's less than 90.
We don't have a 90.
That's not 90 there. No, that's less than 90.
That's not
maybe
90. That's not 90.
Oh, there it is. Okay, now it's 90.
We have a 90.
Between-
Okay, cool.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah.
Great. And the star has a 90 as well, correct?
That's it. That's presuming what you're doing is presuming that the Earth is flat.
That's how it's
You're making
working.
an assumption.
No,
you're
this
making
is-
an assumption on this.
This is how the trigonometry works, mate.
So you say,
let's-
but you're. This is just your
Let's-
claim. You're not actually showing the process of
let's-
celestial navigation
let's say-
from a citation that you brought up.
let's say-
You're just inventing this process that is not based on the books that you were referencing.
Let's say I measured an angle to the star at 50 degrees. Okay? You would agree
Okay.
that's 50 degrees. Okay, to the star.
Not to scale. That's fine.
But yeah, it's not to scale, obviously. Okay?
Yeah.
We measured 50. What's the internal sum of a triangle? 180.
180.
So that would give
Yeah.
us 40, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we use the math anyway to just verify this, 90 minus the measured angle gives us the altitude, the elevation angle, which is 40, times 60 nautical miles, which gives us our distance. So because I did this, I was able to get the distance from my GP to the star's GP. You get what happened now?
No. Where did you get that 60 from?
Nautical miles. Based
But
on
where did you get that from?
the angular reading. It's a segment of a
no.
circle.
Segment of what circle?
Of the sextant's angular reading circle. You know what a degree is?
But
like you get a minute.
But where did you get 60 nautical miles from?
The sextant itself.
Okay, the sextant doesn't measure miles; it measures angles. Where did you get the 60 nautical?
What's the angle? What's an angle on a sextant? What's an angle?
It's just a certain angle. It's just an angle.
So okay, let's do it this way.
So I'm asking you again. Where did you get the 60 nautical miles from?
I'm going to show you. Let's look at a circle quickly. Is this circle segmented in 360 degrees?
Yeah.
Great. So that's where you get a degree. Correct? Should we go look how a sextant looks?
What's the circumference? Hold on. What's the circumference of that circle?
360 degrees.
Yeah, but what is it in linear units?
What do you mean?
Let's use 21,600. Write that down for the circumference.
You're just obfuscating from my point, but anyway, like I was saying, let's look at the sextant quickly. I just want to show you,
do that?
because I want to show you something, because you obviously don't know how a sextant looks, because if you did, you would know why you get your angular reading. Let's get a nice one. This one should be fine. What is this arch in the bottom here?
That's where you read the angular measurement.
From the index arm, correct? The index arm goes along that arch, correct?
Yeah.
Great. And is there angulars in degrees readings on that arm?
Certainly, yeah.
And then the micrometer gives in seconds, correct? Minutes and seconds.
Minutes and seconds, yes.
Great. So tell me, what's the shape of that arc that it's following, Mctoon?
It's an arc.
Great. So an angular reading from an arc based on
angle. All these are angles.
Do you know what the principle of a sextant is?
Yeah, it measures angles.
Angles in succession.
It measures angles. That's all it just does.
Angles
it just measures angles.
Do you know what an angle in succession is?
It just measures angles. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything special with it. That would be the process that you apply to it later.
Do you know what an angle?
If you want to talk about something.
Do you know what an angle in succession is?
Oh, do go ahead.
The principle of sextant is when the ray of light is reflected from two mirrors in succession. You know what succession means, right? In the same plane. Okay? Then the angle between the incident and reflected ray is 2 times the angle between the mirrors. You know why this is?
Yeah. Okay. So then what? All that we've done so far is measure an angle.
Which
I don't disagree with.
Using straight lines.
I completely agree that you're measuring an angle. So then what?
Using straight lines parallel?
No, not necessarily. There is no requirement that the light ray coming to you has been straight between the source and your eye. It could have been curving along because of refraction along the way.
Sorry, an angle requires 2 straight lines, not a curving line.
Yeah, again, I covered this earlier. That's why I brought up Euclid Book 3, Proposition 18.
Which showed straight lines.
That it shows, at an instantaneous tangent. That's what it's talking about. But it is an instantaneous tangent to a curve.
Okay.
So when you're measuring an angle with the sextant, you are measuring the instantaneous angle. You don't know the path that it took to get there yet.
Oh, that's false. You do know the path that it takes to go, because when you
the sextant has no knowledge of that. It doesn't have any application for the path of the light.
The mechanics behind the sextant requires you to know the angles of the light. That's what the angle in succession means.
But I'm not talking about the angles.
You know what the law of refraction?
I'm talking about the path. The path that the light took from the source to the eye.
You know what the law of reflection is?
The law of reflection. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's hear it.
If the angle is coming in And
the instantaneous angle, yeah.
Yeah, the reflection is going to be equal. So if it's got an equal angle coming in on this mirror, it's going to have the same equal angle reading on this mirror. That's what's angle
Okay.
and sensation.
Yeah, okay, so it's angles. So you still haven't answered where these 60 nautical miles came from, and that's what this whole thing is about.
I did answer it. It's based on this index arm arc at the bottom. So
Is that arc 60 nautical miles long?
it's 120 degree usually index. Well,
Okay, but where did the
Let's-
60 nautical miles come from?
great. That's where it comes from. Let's say you see this.
No,
whole,
where? I'm sorry, where? 60
you know-
nautical miles.
do you know-
Where did the 60 nautical miles come from?
That's where it
Flatzoid?
came from. The
Where?
angle over the arc.
Sorry,
based on
nautical
true
miles
straight
is a linear. That's a linear distance, not an angular distance.
That's your linear distance, mate. Because you're measuring over a celestial sphere, correct?
But
Does the celestial
yeah,
sphere?
that doesn't.
Does the celestial?
I don't know why you want to bring that up. That's
Does-
a little shooting yourself in the foot there.
no,
But okay,
no, the celestial
okay,
sphere-
celestial sphere. I love it. Celestial sphere. Then what?
Celestial sphere is based on perspective. Anyway, the celestial
Ooh,
sphere.
that's a new claim.
The celestial sphere closes the arc of the tangent.
That's an interesting claim. Okay.
It's not an interesting claim. It's the truth, mate. What's the maximum angle for the sextant? Let's put it from the vertex of that index arm mirror. What's
The maximum angle?
the maxima from the left to right? Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it?
Yes, it does. It means it's 60. Okay.
You got that right. You got that right this time.
Sextant. A sextant. It's a section of a.
You've got burned on that before, haven't you?
Sorry, a section of what? It's
All right. So I'm still wondering where
what
the
is 60
linear number comes
Listen,
from.
what is the 60 degrees? A section of a circle, correct?
60 degrees is a section of a circle. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So the sextant, aka the section of a circle, that section is taking a measurement of that arc on the bottom. You see of the sextant itself. That's your degree measurement. That's how you get your nautical miles. And guess what those nautical miles are based from?
The circumference of the globe.
Straight lines coming in succession.
No, I'm going to need to see the actual measurement behind the 60 nautical miles if it's something else.
90 degrees, which is your GP, minus your input
Yeah, but
value
where did-
that you measured.
Yeah, but where did that 60 nautical miles come from?
Again,
Yeah, show us that. Go back. Look at that circle. Bring the circle back up, and then let's look at that circle again. All right, now on that circle, in order for the 60 nautical miles to work, you have to have the linear circumference be 21,600 nautical miles.
Yeah, and
Right? Okay, so put that on the screen so everybody can see it.
21,
Yeah, 21 comma 600.
600 nautical miles.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Now what?
All right, that's the circumference of that circle.
Yeah, okay. So that's
Right,
from the
so then
center to the outside, yes?
No, that's radius is what
Yeah.
you just described.
Yeah.
Circumference is all the way around the
All the
outside.
way outside, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're required to measure this from this radius, correct? To get the circumference.
No.
How do you get the circumference out measuring?
But there's multiple ways to get the circumference. It doesn't matter though, because this is the number that you brought up.
We're talking about
60
celestial. You're talking about celestial.
60
You're talking about
Yeah,
celestial
but
navigation.
you're bringing up. We're
which
going
requi-
through the derivation of 60 nautical
No.
miles right now, though.
Yeah,
Flatzoid, right?
based
Where did
on
that come
celestial
from?
navigation. Correct. The topic is celestial navigation. Correct.
Yeah. But you brought up the number 60 nautical miles out of the blue, and I'm just asking for the derivation of that number.
Again,
And that's what we're working on here. So we've got a circle of 21,600 nautical miles. Where is that from? Where
There we
did that
go.
21,600 come from?
there we go.
Is that a witch's hat? That's a cute witch's hat. It's got some decorations on it.
This should be the
How much does a witch weigh?
which go. Anyway,
The
horizontal.
same as a duck?
Horizontal line through the
What
scope.
what other than wood floats?
Anyway, it's the horizontal line that's coming through the scope, correct? To the mirror, to the horizon mirror.
That's a giant witch's hat. It's like.
Okay.
Why are you drawing the witch's hat on this circle this of 21,600 nautical miles circumference?
Because I'm trying to explain what the measurement comes from the sextant. This is the index arm coming down this way, okay, with the index mirror and the horizon mirror and the scope.
Wait a second. What you're trying to say that this witch's hat is something other than a witch's hat?
Yes, it's
Some
a sextant.
people think it's a slice of pizza. What kind of pizza is it? New York style pizza, Chicago style pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Okay, so anyway, we got the index arm, we got the horizon mirror, the index mirror, and the scope, and we got the degree arm at the bottom. Okay, this degree arm is usually about 120 degrees, correct? Usually they all differ, 100 degrees, 120, doesn't matter, but this angle is 60 degrees. Now what's 60 plus 120?
180.
180, so making a triangle. Okay.
No. You can't take an arc and then say it's a triangle. You have an arc. You have an arc of 120 degrees.
Okay.
Or 60 degrees.
Take that take that arc at the bottom and make it a straight line. Will you still get degree? Will you still get degree? Will you still get degree readings?
Let me get some Mctoon shine in. This is just a little bit too crazy.
He's not obfuscating, guys. I'm having fun with him.
Oh. All right. So I'm still waiting. Where will the 21,600 nautical miles come in?
60 times 360.
Yeah. Okay. But that's a linear measurement. Where did that come from?
I'm telling you, this arch at the bottom, and the celestial sphere close the circle.
What? How? Who measured the celestial sphere?
You do when you take the sextant.
Oh dear, this is new stuff. How does that work?
You stand on a horizontal baseline and take an angular measurement with two straight lines to a celestial sphere to its GP, which is on the same horizontal plane as the observer, which gives you your angular reading on this arch of the sextant.
Well, that makes no sense at all, Flatzoid. Not at all. You don't. I mean, you're not really good at geometry, are you?
Wow, brilliant rebuttal there. You're not really good at geometry while I'm literally giving the answer to you.
No, you haven't.
So again,
I'm still waiting. Where is the 21,600 nautical miles
60 times 360 degrees.
Yeah, but where is that linear measurement done? Where was that done? What's the source of it?
This arch.
Yeah, but that arch is just measuring an
angle measurement in degrees.
Yeah, talking slow doesn't help. It makes you sound a little dumber.
Nah,
a little more confused about this topic.
I have to talk slow because you seem to not understand this arc is in degree measurement.
Yes, it's a degree measurement, yeah. But I'm asking where the linear number came from.
That's where it came from.
Where? The
index,
angle?
The index arm over the arch gives the angular reading, which represents the straight lines to the celestial sphere.
Okay, so we have the celestial sphere. Who measured that?
You do with your nautical sextant.
How? Oh, well, let's see the math.
I just told you.
Let's write down the math.
Okay.
On the screen there,
90
so that
degrees.
we can see how the 21,600 pops out.
90 degrees minus, let's just say we measured 50 again, like I said. And our co-altitude angle was 40. And you times that by 60 nautical miles to get a distance, correct?
You do, but I'm wondering where that 60 came from. You're not answering the question. Where did that 60 came from? Where did it come from?
Because it's an 60 degree angle you are using. You see, the sextant is a 60 degree. Remember,
but 60 degrees. 60 degrees is not 60 nautical miles, Flatzoid. I hope you know that. You know that, right?
it's a segment of a circle.
That's right. Yeah. But and how big
So
is that circle?
60
21,600 nautical miles.
So
Where did that
60,
measurement come from?
60 times 360, correct?
Yeah. How are you converting from an angle to linear units? What's that? It's just that it's
You
that
can-
source of that conversion. Where did you get that from?
I don't know how much more to tell you this. That is the conversion, because the sextant is a section, aka 60 degree of a circle.
Yeah, but you're not using 60 degrees equals 60 nautical miles. You're using 1 degree equals 60 nautical miles.
Great. So 1 degree
where did
per
that
60
formula-
nautical miles. So if I
Yeah, where
measure
did that
one
formula come
So
from?
if I measure 1 degree, that's 60 nautical miles, correct?
Yes,
On
and
the
where did
arm,
that
on
60
the index
nautical?
arm?
Yeah, and where did that? Yeah, and so I'm still asking, where did that 60 nautical miles come from? Where was that linear measurement performed
Is this
over
guy,
the surface of the Earth?
dude? I've literally said it
No,
20
you've
times.
literally not explained it at all. You never showed me the source of the 60 nautical miles. Never once.
Okay, let's do it this way, man. Maybe this might make it easier for you. This is a segment. It's a 60-degree segment, aka a sextant. Okay? This is the arch. Oh, why am I drawing like that? This is your degree angular measurements. So you have a degree segment all the way to 120. Correct?
Okay.
So if I measured here using this, and I measured a degree measurement on this arm,
Yep.
this is a linear angular measurement reading, is it not?
It's not a No, it's not a linear angular measurement. It's just an angular measurement. No linear involved there.
What's a degree measurement?
Yeah. It's just an angular measurement.
Is a degree measurement linear?
No,
Is it not?
it is not.
Show me how it's not linear.
You didn't know that?
Show me how it's not linear. Because last time I checked, a degree is always a degree apart.
Yeah, but it's not a linear measurement. It's an arc measurement.
Based on linear distance.
No.
Oh,
Nope, not at all.
so 1 degree is not the same spacing to 2 degrees, and not the same spacing to 3 degrees.
Correct. 1 degree is different than 2 degrees, which is different than 3 degrees. Yeah.
So the spacings are different. I don't understand. You confusing
one
me now.
degree. 1 degree. Well, it's not hard. 1 degree is different than 2 degrees. Is different than 3 degrees.
Yeah, because
It's pretty basic there.
they're different angular measurements, but their linear relationships are the same, spaced out, is it not?
Oh, you mean from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3, 2 to 3 to 4? Those? Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the same spacings. Yeah, those are all angular measurements. Every one of them.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I've
not
got,
a linear measurement.
Okay, so I've got a protractor on screen.
Yes.
Okay. Every single spacing is linear, correct?
It's angular. Every single spacing is angular.
And they have exactly the same distance between them.
The same angular distance? Yes.
So linear then.
So no, not linear. They're angular.
Angular is linearly distant the same, is it not?
No, angles are different than linear amounts.
Okay. So I don't understand. Because
I believe you.
yeah, because I'm saying they are set the same distance apart from each other. So that to me is linear, because if I had to take this angle measurement on the protractor here, and I've got now on the sextant also an arc, and it gives the same angular reading measurement, that means it's linear, correct?
No. I don't know why this is so hard for you, buddy. It's look, I have a protractor.
It's not hard for me. I'm trying to lead you to understand that the bottom of the
I'm
sextant
sorry.
is an arc.
Flatzoid, let's be clear. In this conversation, you're not the teacher. I don't know where my protractor went. I'll draw it out for you. Maybe it'll help you.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe-
I must stop sharing, eh? Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All find a new. I'm working on it. I got a new piece of paper coming.
Because it's very simple. The celestial sphere is just the top side of the angle measurement compared to the bottom of the sextant, which closes the circle, and that's why it's linear.
I've got it right here. So watch this here. This is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flatzoid. All right. Here I've got 2 arcs. You see that? And then I got a point there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this right here from the center there
To the center
there's
there.
a line, right? And then here is another line, right? You see that there?
Uh-huh. And they're
Right?
linear.
Now, and this distance here is, let's call it 10 degrees approximately, right? We'll say that's 10 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, 10 degrees. Now, what's this angle right here?
Also 10 degrees.
Also 10 degrees, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
because it's linear, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
But now, what's this distance right here? This linear distance from this point to this point. Let's call it A.
Okay.
How about that? I'll call it A, right? And the other one, this one here, let's call that B, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, those are the linear measurements of the distance between them across that arc. And so what we can say is without really any challenge here, that the linear amount of A is greater than the linear amount of B, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these linear amounts are different based on the radius, how far they are away from the center, but the angular amounts are the same. So on your protractor, the angular amount is the same regardless of how far away from the center, but the linear amounts are different.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not measuring a linear amount unless you also know the radius.
Ah. So what's the radius of the sextant's arc?
It's unspecified. Every sextant can potentially have a different radius.
But it's based on the measurement on the apparatus itself, correct? Which makes a
Yes, just an
180 degree
angular amount.
triangle, which comes to an internal sum
No,
of
there's
180 degrees.
there's no triangle in it. It's just an arc measurement.
So the degrees between the 60 and the 120 doesn't make 180.
The degrees between 60.
The index arm,
Yeah.
travels along the 120 degree arc, correct?
Okay.
Now the sextant itself is a segment of 60 degrees.
Okay.
So what's 60 plus 120?
180.
Internal sum of a triangle, correct?
It's no. You found something that's coincident. They are not It is not a triangle. It's an arc measurement. Just because one part of it is 60 and one part of it is 120 doesn't mean there's a triangle.
I'm proud of you. So spherical triangles are
Why
not
are you
triangles
so-
then. So
This is
spherical
not- this
triangles
is
are
not-
not triangles then.
This has nothing to do with spherical triangles at all. I have no idea how that came up. You're super confused about this.
No, I just wanted you to
There's-
concede something,
there's
and I got you to
many-
concede it.
I didn't
So
concede
you-
anything.
so
Flatzoid, why are you
spherical
lying about
So
that?
spherical
Why are you
triangles.
lying about that?
So spherical triangles.
Why are
not
you lying about that? I did not bring up spherical triangles. You brought that out of the blue.
No.
There's nothing about this topic that includes spherical triangles.
PZX triangles used in celestial navigation is not brought up here. We're talking about
That's not
celestial
what we're
navigation.
talking. But that's not the type of triangles we're talking about right now.
So listen what I'm saying. So you concede then if it's got a curved side, and then it's not a triangle, correct?
All that I'm saying is that you are measuring an angle and nothing else. There's no triangles involved.
But I showed you
Why do you-
citation after citation showing triangulation.
But you refuse to actually show the process of it. So go pull up one of those sources and then go into the actual book and let's go over the step-by-step process that they use to do the navigation. Let's see it.
Are you able to show me on your in your book where it says you don't use triangulation?
I cannot do that. I can show you that nowhere in the book does it say triangulation. This book right here. This book here.
Okay.
We're not using triangulation. There's no triangulation involved.
Okay.
Right.
I got
none involved.
I've got
Now,
from
the book. So for reference, the book I'm using, Celestial Navigation by David Birch.
Okay. This
Okay.
is from Institute of Navigation. So they actually teach people navigation, okay?
Super. Okay.
Great. We're gonna just go through a bit, okay? Because you think you don't use triangulation. So in this lesson, the lesson abstract, in this lesson, students will investigate error as shown in early activities without understanding how errors can affect your position. You cannot navigate well. Duh. Introducing accuracy and precision will develop these concepts further. The students also learn about how computers can help in navigation. Often the calculations need to be navigated accurately, time-consuming, complex, blah, blah. We get all that. Let's get on to where we actually want to get to the point. So, we get to things to remember. Okay, we go on. These are not neither precise, it's just giving the difference in it. Tribulating machines. Okay, so this is the sextant, just trying to explain how to use a sextant. Do you want me to read that out to you?
No, I want to get to the triangulation part.
Okay, we'll get to that. Which page is it? There we go. Trigonometry review.
Okay.
Can you read that out for us?
Yeah, that's just a review of trigonometry. Go to the part where it's applying this in celestial navigation.
There we go. Give each student the accuracy handbook. Have students calculate the trig table using the sailing on an island problem. Have students use calculators to trig table sheets to rocket machine.
Well, let's look at the sailing on an island problem. Where is it?
Okay, there we go. Okay, that's obviously a horizontal measurement. I want to go where it shows with the... Where was it? I think it's further down. Where they're actually giving you the... Yeah, this is where you're going to work out with the refraction and everything, obviously. But notice how you're using...
You better get off that page quick.
Why? I know they're talking about orbits and stuff because this has got to do with... Yeah, this is specifically for the astronomy. But anyway, let's move to this one. Sextant corrections worksheet. Tell me what you see here.
I don't see any triangles.
So, the sextant is reading using a straight line to the star, correct?
Okay.
So, not a bent line, a straight line.
Yeah, I would expect that you might get into that further along in this book if it's advanced enough.
Great, okay. So then, and the bottom line to close the angle is to the horizon, correct?
Yeah, one angle so far, not three. So just an angle, not a triangle.
Two straight lines.
Yeah, okay.
Great, okay. And the sextant is based on a what? A horizontal in the middle, correct? So it's got a horizontal.
No, it's not. It's based on the only thing that a sextant does is measure angles.
Yeah.
That's all that the sextant is doing. So that's all it can do. It can just measure angles.
So when you take a site, what do you do?
You measure the angle between the horizon and the celestial object.
But how do you do that? Do you bring the celestial object down to the horizon to make it kiss the horizon?
Yeah, you use the mirrors so that you can see both of them at the same time.
So you bring the celestial object down to the horizon, correct?
But that's just so that you can measure it. Yeah, there's nothing fancy about it. You could do it with the theodolite app on your phone
to create a horizontal.
You could do it with a theodolite on land. Theodolites on the ocean are a bit tough because you're moving.
Sorry, we're talking about a nautical sextant, not a theodolite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. They measure angles. That's what they do.
Yeah, great. I 100% agree. Measuring angles using horizontal. Correct.
No, there's no horizontal necessary in it.
What's this?
In fact, the sextant is unaware of horizontal.
Oh, really?
It has no idea where horizontal is because it doesn't have any way to measure any vertical or horizontal component. All it can do is measure an angle between two things: the sun, in this instance, and the horizon. It doesn't know where horizontal is. You need to provide that knowledge based on your height and the refraction.
So when you bring the sun down to the horizon, you're setting horizontal, correct?
No.
Are you sure about that?
What you're doing is you're using the mirror so that you can measure and line up the top or bottom limb of the sun with the horizon that you're measuring.
Remember I asked you earlier if you know the difference between a sensible horizon, a visible horizon, and a rational horizon.
Well, the only thing you can see is the visible horizon, right?
Great. So
you can't see other things. So visible horizon is the only one you can see. And then based on your eye height and refraction, you can obtain that other one. But that's post-sextant.
You know the sensible horizon is what your scope is her line to. So that scope is horizontal to the sensible horizon.
No, not at all. Not at all, Flatzoid. It has no idea where that is. In fact, you can use a sextant to measure the angular distance between two stars.
Okay, when I'm going to type what is a sensible horizon for you quickly.
Are you aware that you can measure the distance between two stars with a sextant?
That's what it's made for.
Measuring the distance between two stars?
Okay. The sensible horizon is the plane of the observer's position lying at the right angle to the line formed by the observer's zenith and nadir. Would that be 90 degrees?
Yeah, it's 90 from vertical.
So horizontal.
And back on my diagram, that would be line, when you're at point C, that would be line ED.
So that would be a horizontal then, Mctoon?
Yeah, it's a horizontal tangent at one point.
Okay, this is the rational horizon, which is through the center of the Earth, which you guys love to go and what we call Hull's angles. And you have the sensible horizon where your eyes are horizontal outwards. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you have
and then the horizon, the visible horizon dips from that.
So the visible horizon is what you
Which
look
could not
out
happen.
to.
Yeah, could not happen on flat Earth, by the way.
Oh, that's a nice claim. Please tell me how that claim can be supported. Why can it not happen? Why can it not happen on flat Earth?
Yeah, how large is the flat Earth there? Do you mind if I use infinite as the size of the flat Earth?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Okay.
Because
the water?
Listen. You said you can't have it on a flat Earth. So is the water below your eyes always physically, Mctoon?
All right. Well, I'll show you. You asked me. I will show you the math for it. I asked if I could use infinite. You said yes. You
said use what you want. It's your claim.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want you to come back and say that I'm strawmanning your idea of flat Earth. So
what? You made an argument claiming that on flat Earth you shouldn't have an horizon.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't say that you shouldn't have a horizon. I say that it must not dip.
Why? The water's below me, is it not? Are my eyes? Are my eyes?
Right,
listen, are my eyes? Are my eyes embedded in the ground, Mctoon?
All right, I'll show you.
You do know you can have a horizon on a donut Earth if you wanted to. It wouldn't matter.
All right, here you go. You see that?
Okay, I have to stop sharing. I have to stop sharing.
What I'm going to do. Okay. Here is your flat Earth. You see that?
It's a line, okay.
And I wrote flat Earth under it because sometimes people get confused.
Yeah.
So now let's say we're gonna go the infinite plane people, right? Now we can go a different number if you prefer, but this goes back to the 1860s with Robotham, right? There's our distance. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now
notice,
when you solve this triangle, notice how the guy's eyes.
Notice how the guy's eyes are above the surface.
Yeah, but what's this angle here if it's infinite? Right here.
I don't know. You tell me. It's your claim.
90. Right, it approaches 90.
May I also ask you? Is that an orthographic view, or is that?
There you go. All right,
that's orthographic, correct?
This is from Robotham, 1860s. Okay, right there. Now he did not say that the Earth was actually infinite. He said it was less than infinite. But when you use the number that he used, and he was in the northern hemisphere, you don't get 90. You get a very close to 90. The number is very, very close to 90. And so the dip of the horizon for flat Earth from looking due south from England, where he was, is about, the dip would be 0.001, I think, if I remember the number correctly. So it depends on how big you think the Earth is. And of course, from South Africa, looking due south, you might have 0.002.
Sorry, what's this dip that says dip equals 1.753 times the square root of the observer's height?
Yeah, that's it. That includes the radius of the Earth.
What is the 1.753?
That's derived from the radius of the Earth, Flatzoid.
No.
No. It's not awesome. Show the derivation of that.
Show me how that's derived from the radius of Earth.
So you brought that number up.
Yeah, I'm showing it's on. Yeah, you saying it's derived from Earth, so that's your claim. Show me that it's derived from the radius of Earth.
All right, well, in this book here, this is your book. I haven't had a chance to look at it. But I do know that the dip angle is always derived from the radius of the Earth.
No, it's not. The dip angle is derived from your height above the surface.
And the radius of the Earth.
Surface,
yeah, and the radius of the Earth.
Not radius, surface of the Earth.
Both your elevation above it and the radius of the Earth.
Height of eye correction is to bring your eyes to the horizontal plane of the Earth's surface because...
Flatzoid, you're going to need R for that.
Your eyes...
Flatzoid, you're going to need R for that.
Okay, show me R for a horizontal line, please.
You have to include R in that number there.
Show me R for a horizontal line, please.
It's not a horizontal line. It's a dip.
It's a horizontal. You're bringing your eye down to a horizontal line.
Yeah.
A plane.
Yeah. And how did that dip happen? What's the derivation of that number?
How did the
I bet it's on the previous pages. Scroll back a little bit. Let's have a look where they got that number from.
How did the dip happen? Let's see.
Oh, go ahead. Scroll back.
Your eyes.
Scroll back.
Your eyes.
Come on, Flats.
Your eyes.
Why don't you want to scroll back?
Your eyes were not.
All right. You're. It seems you're a little scared to scroll back. All right. Navigation.
Look. What does that say?
Navigation educational lesson.
I'll get it for you now. What does this say? What does that say, Mctoon? We're first
going
to start.
We're
first going to finish one thing.
I'm going to pull up this thing that you don't want to look at.
We're first going.
This is awesome.
You see, this is why we call dishonesty. We're busy with a subject, and you want to totally go and obfuscate to something else.
You brought up a measurement, or you brought up a number that embeds the radius of the Earth.
No, it doesn't.
You're going to require R. Well, then show us.
A horizontal doesn't require R.
Show us where that number came from.
Listen, what does it say? Height of eye above the sea or ground.
Upload / lesson 4. All right.
Remember that 1.7 is in meters, correct? Okay, not feet. Just to let you know.
All right.
What is that? What is that in feet?
Outreach upload lesson4.pdf.
I can send it to you.
I mean, you don't want to scroll back for me here.
Which page you want me to scroll back for? You still haven't told me.
I don't know yet because Flatzoid, I haven't seen that, and you won't look at it for me.
Okay, well, nice.
All right, well, send me the link to it.
Okay. I'm gonna send it to you quickly.
All right, awesome.
Okay, I've sent it to you.
Oh, it doesn't come up for me. Hold on. Oh, you pasted it twice, I think. Hold on.
Okay.
There, I got it. All right.
Okay, stop sharing.
So now we can all look and we can find where it derived that number from. All right. All right, I gotta change this. All right, and I'll share it so that you can see too. So we can see where that number came from, because these numbers don't just come out of the blue, you know.
Nope.
It comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. There we go. So what page was that on you were looking at?
I can't remember. Go down till you find it. But I want you to quickly stop somewhere when you get there. Wait, I think it's the next one. This one. Navigation trigonometry charts. Why would they use that if they don't have trigonometry? That's weird.
Right. Well, I mean, they're using trigonometry here to get the distance to the rocket going to the moon.
Weird, eh?
Yeah.
So flat Earth required.
Oh.
Nice.
No, look at the picture. There's a globe right there. Over on the left side.
Drawing a globe. I'm sorry.
All right.
Last time we checked a trigger. It's a
Just-
triangle,
just-
correct? Has
just-
3 straight
just saying.
lines.
Just saying things doesn't change the shape of the Earth. All right, there's that's a nice drawing there. Look at that. Look at the Earth. This first law, people. First law. All right.
There we go.
All right. Here is the dip height. It looks like we found the interesting part here. If you look at the picture above, you can see the person looks at the horizon isn't actually looking straight, but down a bit. That's because the Earth is round, not flat. The angle that you look down depends on how tall you are. If you're on top of a building that was in the middle of a big field, you'd have to look down quite a bit to see the horizon. If you're laying on your stomach in the field, you wouldn't have to look down at all. You can see this by looking at the Sextant corrections worksheet.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to use a sextant when you're standing, so the angle you're measuring is actually larger than the true angle. This error is called the dip of the sea horizon. Luckily, it's really easy to figure out. Dip equals 1.753 times root h.
In meters, yeah.
H is the height of the eye. Yep. So,
Notice.
all right.
No,
We didn't get to
where's
the derivation
R? Where's
yet.
R?
It's embedded in the 1.753.
Where? Show me. Show me
Well, I'm
where's
working
R.
on it. I'm not there yet.
Hmm.
All right. Oh, and this one, it does talk about, look at that, another source of error is refraction, so it does get into that.
After.
And so that would
yeah.
be the curved line that comes from the source. All right. Now I don't know if it's saying the 1.753 derivation.
Because it's not a derivation of radius, numbskull. It's the ratio of your eyes to the horizon.
Oh well, that should be something that we should be able to find.
And then we should remind you again that the black swan exists. And then I should remind you again that you even conceded that we have refraction every day, so therefore bent lines, so you can't get an angular reading on your globe.
Of course you can get an angle. Of course you can get an angular reading because it's an instantaneous angle. It's not tracing the whole path backwards.
What's an instantaneous angle? Can you bring me a definition up for instantaneous angle, please?
Yeah, tangent. It's tangent.
Where's the tangent?
It's right. It's where they meet.
So if I'm looking at an angle measurement to the star, it's a tangent. Mctoon?
Hold on. I'm looking for this previous topic before we move on. So all right, there's
You do.
What?
Never mind. Go on.
Okay.
I'm laughing because yeah, you're gonna see now.
What am I going to see? Does it talk about the derivation?
Go
of
on.
that?
Go on.
Does it talk about the derivation?
No stress. Just go on, man.
All right. It looks like it's not derived in here. So you are saying it's some ratio of the eyeball?
Carry on. You're saying it's derived from radius, so show me where the radius in a horizontal line is, please.
It's not the radius in a horizontal line. It's the dip of the horizon. Because like it says here, if you look at the picture above, you can see the person looks at the horizon isn't actually looking straight, but down a bit. This is because of the Earth is round, not flat. Right there.
Okay. Let's say my arm is now the horizon. My eyes are above. I'm looking down at my arm, correct?
Yeah.
Is my arm curved now?
No.
So it's height of eye correction because your eyes are above the surface of Earth.
Oh, yeah, they're above the sphere of the Earth. Yes.
Surface of Earth. I don't care if they say it's a globe on there. That's just them having a belief. The fact is that angular measurement requires horizontal and straight lines, which you don't have.
Of course, we have straight lines. They're tangents. Again, we covered it
no
before.
reflection then.
Right here. You see that circle A. The fact that the circle A is curved does not change the fact that the intersection at point C has a straight line ED.
Sorry, is it a tangent to the Earth? Do you take a measurement to, or from?
It's a tangent to a to a curve.
Do you
A
take
tangent to a curve is possible.
And you
Flatzoid. This is basic geometry. Not a problem at all.
And you are taking an angular measurement from the Earth, correct?
No, from above the Earth. Point G on this diagram.
From the above, and then you have to do height of correction to the surface of Earth, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
So
Which includes the radius of the Earth in that formula.
To make that surface part of your horizontal, correct? So you have an
Nope, it doesn't.
elevation
No, it doesn't make
angle.
No, it doesn't make it part of the horizontal.
Doesn't it?
So
So
what you're doing is you're adjusting for that dip.
So
You need to remove that dip so that you don't have the angular, right? When you're at point C, for example, you're at point C and you're looking off and say there's a star at point D. You wouldn't need to include it. But if you're above the surface at point D and to the horizon, you're going to have a different angle because of the elevation above it.
Okay, tell me something. Why, when you use a bubble sextant, you don't require height of eye correction?
Because it's measuring from the zenith.
Horizontal baseline, correct?
Zenith.
Yeah, which is 90 from a horizontal. The bubble sets a
It
horizontal.
It has nothing to do with the surface at all. You're nowhere near the surface.
Yes, with a bubble.
That's why they use it.
Great. So it's a horizontal. So what happens when you go
Again,
to
what it is?
Now,
What you're looking at is
why
line
don't you let me finish
ED.
talking?
Line ED is what you're looking at.
So what?
Again,
So why?
fact that you use a horizontal doesn't change the fact that circle A is a circle. We covered this right away. That's why I covered it right away.
So again,
that it was clear that the fact that you're using a straight line doesn't change the fact that the circle is a circle.
You don't have a straight line to make an angle on your globe, remember? And the fact you do height.
Why
of
don't I
eye-
have? Wait, why don't I?
And because of refraction, remember?
Yeah, okay, so it adjusts
So it's a bent
slightly,
line.
and
So
your
it's a
your
bent
citation.
line.
I mean,
So
right here. Look right here.
show me an
Your
angle.
citation.
Show me an
Right here.
angle. Show me an angle that has bent lines, please.
Oh, sure, right there.
No, that's straight lines. I want bent lines.
Yeah, right at point C.
No,
right
that's
at
a
point C,
tangent.
you've got a tangent.
That's a tangent. That's
Yeah,
a
you've
point.
got a tangent to a curve. That's how you measure an angle.
That's a vertex, correct?
You take an angle. You take a tangent at that point. That's what you do. That's what you're doing.
So let's put it this way: that point C
Why
has
is
a
this,
point.
Why is
that-
this hard?
Sorry, that
Why
point
is
C.
this? This isn't actually that challenging.
Can you let me talk? So that point C is a 180-degree straight horizontal line, correct?
All right, I'll draw a little something for you. To
Is
help.
that point
help you
C?
understand.
Is that point C a straight 180-degree line, Mctoon?
It's a straight line. There's no
So-
degrees.
Yeah, that's a
it's not a
180 degrees because that point C is a point. So in other words, it's a vertex. So it's 180 degrees because a straight line with a vertex in the middle is 180 degrees.
All right, let me show you
That
this right
means
here. See that?
wait. Do you know that means
It's right here, right
horizontal? Do you know that means
No, it doesn't.
flat?
So look at this. Look at this. No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
it
Look at this right here.
does.
This is a point right there in space, not touching
I can't see it
anything.
very.
And here's a
You're
here's
very
a
small.
curve.
We can't see anything. You're very small.
All right.
Might
I'll
have to stop sharing,
so you
yeah.
can see it. All right. All right. So here we go. Here we've got this curved line going all the way around, and we've got this point off in space here. And right at this point here, and at this point here, we've got tangents, and so we can measure that angle right there.
From?
We can measure that angle.
Is that angle from
now-
or to? Is that angle from or to, Mctoon?
It both from and to. Now we can do the same thing.
No,
We
a
can do the same
tangent.
thing
A
here.
tangent is
Watch
to.
this.
A tangent
This
is a point.
This is amazing. This is amazing. You're gonna love this. All right, now look at that. We got this gull wing here. See that? At that gull wing, you can measure. You can measure angles. And the fact that you can measure angles does not change the fact that the lines coming into that point are curved. You see that? So you measure the angle between those right there. Not hard to do.
Sorry. When last
There you
is
go. That's how you measure angles.
when last
That's how. So when you're talking about refraction, you've got a curved line coming in, and at that instant, I said instantaneous before, that's what I'm talking about. Right at the point there, this curved line comes in, and right at that point, you're measuring that angle. And so back to the citation, I'll share it again so that you can see your citation. Right, I'll share it out to you again.
I was going to draw something for you too. Oh, wow, this is so funny.
All right, so back to your citation. It says another source of error is the refraction effect in the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the Earth bends light coming from the sun. The sun might be below the horizon, but the atmosphere will bend the sunlight so that you still see it. Just like the dip, this makes the altitude seem larger than it actually is. The amount of bending depends on the atmospheric pressure, the temperature, and your altitude. A good approximation for this error is, and then it gives this formula there. It gives
the triangle. Oh, the triangle is called the delta and the minutes of arc.
What triangle?
It says there the triangle on screen. So it's using a triangle.
No. It's called it's delta. It's the Greek letter delta.
Yeah, and what's
delta? It's giving for people that don't understand the Greek letter delta.
No,
like
I know what delta.
You don't. It's just saying delta. It's saying this little triangle here is the Greek letter delta.
Yes, it does. But what is delta in the specific reason?
The difference in angle because of the refraction.
So straight lines then, and you claiming?
Oh my gosh.
The difference in angle is straight lines, is it not?
How is this so hard? Oh my gosh. No, the difference in angle is an angle. It's still an angle.
You require straight lines to have that angular reading, Mctoon.
Yeah, tangent at a point.
And by the way, I also got another question for you. Do you take...
Givardo, you nailed it. Hold on, I gotta scroll back to see what Givardo
I want to
said.
ask you a question.
Hold on.
So to answer me something, refraction. Does that correction come after you've taken your angular reading or before?
Of course, you can't do it before. Yeah, he says it called this.
So you measure...
I predicted, watch this, Givardo says, I predicted that he was going to say the delta stuff. Absolutely. Just because it's the shape of a triangle, he thinks that there's a triangle there.
No,
there's
I was
no triangle.
pointing out...
Delta means a change. That's why they use the Greek letter. It's hilarious.
You see, this is why I call this guy dishonest. I was trying to point out, as in delta, the triangle, as in the first step.
It's not a triangle. It's no triangle involved. There's no triangle. It's just the Greek letter delta.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
What's delta?
It's a change in something. That's what delta means in math.
In this context.
Change in angle.
In this context, change in angle. Straight lines, yes. Mctoon.
No, change in angle, not change in line. Change in angle.
Angle is a line, Mctoon.
No, it's not.
It's a separation. It's a separation between two straight lines.
Yes, tangent at a point. I got it right here. Same thing right there. Tangent at a point.
Sorry, does that look like Earth to you? You can laugh all you want.
I'm just giving you a little geometry lesson, Flatzoid.
No,
you can take an angle that's tangent to a point.
Sorry, the guy that says to me you can have bent rays being straight.
Yes,
is trying to teach me geometry.
The rays are bent, but at that point, you can use the tangent.
So again, you do the angular measurement first, which is straight lines, requires straight lines. Then you
apply
correct.
The formula.
Then you correct.
The formula on screen.
Then you correct for bent, correct?
Yeah.
So
of course.
You can't get an angular reading if it's bent, Mctoon.
Of course you can.
You can't get an angular reading if it's bent,
That's how you do
Mctoon.
it. Right there, theta. The theta, that's an angular reading right there. Not hard at all. This isn't a challenge at all. I mean, it's not calculus even. I mean, you can do this mathematically through calculus. I just do this draw, and then you can actually just put a protractor on here and measure that angle.
Protractor using straight lines.
Yeah, at that point, there's a tangent at that point. The fact, and again, that's why I brought this diagram up at the beginning. The fact that there is a line ED that is straight does not change the fact that circle A is a circle. ED is tangent at point C. You can measure an angle to line ED. That does not change that the circle is a circle.
Do you mind me quickly sharing my screen again?
Do. I will. This is great. Okay, go ahead.
I can't believe this guy. Anyway, what's this? This should be your sphere, okay? For instance. Now, we're going to take an angular reading. Well, first we have to have a zenith. You agree with that? Correct? Would rather zenith?
Yeah, go ahead. That's
This
a
would
nice
be
zenith, yeah.
a 90. Okay, now we need to have our...
Actually, I like using zenith as 0. Let's do that.
Whatever, okay. Well, we have...
I find it easier.
Well, we got now your horizon. This would be your sensible horizon where you're standing and looking out. Got that?
Okay.
We got a problem for you already, by the way. Okay, we got the star here. And I'm going to take a angular reading to the star.
Okay.
So this would be the one line, and this would be the second line, correct? So this will be an angular reading.
No. You can't measure to that because that's not what you see. Can you move the circle down a little bit? Can you move the circle down or the oval? Can you move that a little bit, or is it stuck? Is it an object, or can you move it?
It's supposed to be the Earth you're standing on, according to you.
Yeah, but you're a little bit above it. Can you? So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're saying we're on a ship. We're on a ship.
Can you move the oval? Oh yeah. So then you're going to have to measure down to 3. You got to draw a third line.
No, that's still that's still going to come. Now, what happens?
But how did you measure? How did you measure it to angle 2? Because you can't see that. All you can see
that's your
is 3,
horizontal
which you didn't draw
baseline.
it.
2 is your horizontal baseline. That's your.
But you don't.
Angular...
But that's not what you see. Yeah, but that's not what you see. You don't see it.
3 comes afterwards with correction. You know when you do height of eye correction, that's where 3 comes into account. Correct?
Okay. Let's see it.
So
let's see it. This is gonna be good.
Now we've done a reading, correct, with 2 straight lines to the star. No. So that's not an angular reading.
You have one curved line to the star.
Where's the
and
curved line?
One curved line to the horizon.
Show me the curved line, Joe, please.
That'd be line number 1 is slightly curved.
But what's an angle, Mctoon?
Yeah, at a point, it's an angle between 2 lines at a point. But
So
that doesn't mean that the path of light had to be straight.
the only point.
That does not mean that the path of the light had to be straight in order to get there.
Oh
to measure
yes.
the angle.
Oh yes. An angle is 2 straight lines. So here's your vertex.
Yeah, but it does not mean.
Here's your point. This is
let me
C.
say it
This is
again.
remember. This is C that you put there. Now, tell me, how did I get this angular reading from C? So it's from the Earth to the star, correct? According to you.
It's at a point. You just at a point C. It doesn't matter where the
That's
point
the
is.
vertex because here's the one line, the second
correct.
line.
Correct. That's a vertex. Good job. But it doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't have to be on the surface of the Earth. It could be anywhere above the surface.
I agree. Because your sensible horizon is your horizontal reference plane. Correct. You get that? Now, notice that...
Yeah, what you're talking about is tangent at that point, right?
Okay. So, now we measured our angle. We're going to just say 50 again. It's not to scale, obviously, guys.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Say 50. At 90. And what does that make internally? 40. Correct?
Okay.
So what? So that means that to have our 90, it would just have the same 40, and it would have 50. Because it just corrects it. Okay. Now, what do we have in common here with these angles? Mctoon?
They're all degrees. They're all in degrees. None of them are in radians. They're all multiples of 10.
Great.
They all use the same font.
Great. Okay. So you would agree that all the degree measurements, degrees, come from the straight line measurements.
No, not necessarily. Yeah,
So
the path that the light got there, the path that the light got to your eye does not have to be straight.
Why? What's an angular reading again?
It's instantaneous, like I said, just at that point, but it doesn't mean that the path has no bearing on the path that the light took.
The only tangent here is you on the ship on the surface of Earth, correct?
Well, it's not something you see, of course.
So that's the only tangent then. And what is the other half of the tangent?
No, there's another tangent.
What's a half of a tangent?
Well,
would it be a straight line?
Well, the half of a tangent is just tan, or the last half would be gent, or actually the G gets split in half, so it'd be like tang, and then gent. I can't only half pronounce G. I can only wholly pronounce G. So it makes like G's got to get borrowed, kind of like a valence electron, you know.
Okay, but
so can I call it tang? Well, half of a tangent is tang, and the other half of the tangent is gent. How about that?
Great. Okay, so we got a single tangent, aka us on the boat, on the ship, on the ocean, correct? And what is a tangent? It's a straight line touching at a point.
At that point, yes.
Okay, great. So
absolutely, at that point.
That straight line.
But now I want to be clear.
Listen,
there's two. I just want to say, hold on. Can I back up just one thing? There are two tangents to curves at this point here.
Sorry.
I'll come back to that if you need.
So that straight line is the other arm for the angular reading of the star, correct?
The other arm?
Yes, arm 1 and arm 2.
There's no arms. What are you talking about, arms?
An angle is two arms, two straight rays.
Two lines, you mean?
Arm 1.
How about lines? I mean,
the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse.
We don't need to. Yeah, but we don't need to anthropomorphize these angles.
No, it sounds to me like you're trying to run away from an angle here.
No, I'm just saying that why are you using the word arm?
Because it's trying to make it to understand it's like two straight arms, not curved arms.
Lines. Straight. Let's just use the word lines.
Great, lines.
Lines is a great word, yes.
Okay, so that straight line going to the star cannot give an angular reading if it was bent, correct?
Wrong. You can give an angular reading even if it was bent.
Okay, so can the tangent be a curved line?
The tangent is a straight line.
Great.
To a curved surface.
So two straight
it's tangent
lines.
Tangent at a point on the curve. So that's how a tangent works.
So if your tangent line is your horizontal baseline, which is straight, correct?
At that point, at point C.
And your so-called elevation angle would be curved. How do you get an angular reading?
Yeah.
Both? You
just said 1 and 2 are curved. So both 1 and 2 are curved.
How? You just contradicted yourself. You said tangents are straight lines.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So, well, because you didn't draw the actual measurement here, right? You're drawing this hypothetical thing that you don't actually ever see, and that you
never.
You know, we measure the angle from 1 to 3. Which you didn't want to draw yet, but you measure the angle from 1 to 3, and then you do the dip correction and refraction correction to get as close as you can to angle 2.
You measure the angle from 1 to 2, and you correct for 3.
No, actually you don't, because you don't see 2. That's why I wanted you to draw number 3, so that you could actually we could talk about what you're measuring 2.
Sorry, you do know what a sensible horizon is again, correct?
Oh, geez, yeah. All you can see is your visible horizon. That's all that your vision.
That's all you see, the visible horizon. Okay, so now we're going to go. Now we're going to go to 3. So let's just
draw 3 for us, please.
Okay. You would say it could be something like that. Okay.
Oh no, you can't. You can't. It's got to be just below. No, hold on. No, way up. Just below number 2.
Like
a little
that.
higher even
Like
if you
that.
can. A little higher if you can.
Like that.
There you go. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. Yep.
Okay. Now I've got a question for you. The GP of the star, where would the GP of the star be? It's
so take. Can you take? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Put that line back.
I'm trying to.
But
sorry.
Right there.
Okay.
Okay. Are you able to grab line 1 there and copy it?
No, this is paint. But anyway, I've got the
GP
of the star would be like this, correct?
No. The line from the star would not actually be on the screen. It's off screen.
Okay, so the GP of star would be correct?
So let's No. So can you do this to fix it? Get the star off the screen and just have that line 1 go off the edge of the screen.
So this one was
And then just like,
so this black one must go
Yeah.
down all the way.
no, that one actually should not be there at all either.
Oh, that one should go all the way. Oh, continue.
There you go. Yep. And
Okay.
get the star off of there and get that line from the star to the ellipsoid there, or the ellipse off.
And then you want this one to
You do
go like that, correct?
That needs to be parallel to line 1.
So 2 straight
But-
lines,
but-
correct?
But the problem is it needs to be moved down a little bit
So-
because it's not quite tangent or a 90 at that
It
point.
doesn't matter, but
You move it down?
we're making the point. So
Okay.
the-
All right. So for correctness now, let's get rid of that line from the star to the surface.
But that's what you're measuring. We can't get rid of it.
No, that one right there. Yeah, get rid of that one. Delete that.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. So now what you're measuring then is from 1 to 3. That's what you actually measure because that's all you can see. Right. And of course you don't have your label for 3, but that's fine. We know where that is. No, they get the star out of there. The star's off screen.
I'm gonna put 3 on. No, the star. No, the star can't be off screen. You
This-
can see it.
Yeah, but it's so far away. It's much farther away than
No. This is the GP of the star.
Dude,
Here's
that-
the GP of the star.
that 3 looks drunk.
It doesn't matter.
Too much tune shine.
This is the
Flatzoid, how much tune shine have you had today?
Not enough. This is the GP of the star, correct?
I don't know. That 3 tends to disagree.
Sorry, is this the GP of the star, Mctoon?
That would be the GP of the star. Yeah.
Okay, now, indulge me this. Then if that's the GP of the star and you can't see through a curve,
Yeah.
this
Yeah, you're no, why do you put that back up? That's not what
because
we're doing.
because we're completing a
You
triangle.
seem a little no, there's no triangles involved.
Yes, there is. I brought up
No.
7.
No, there's not.
I brought up I think 6
There's
or
no-
7. 6
But
or
you
7.
didn't show
I
but
brought
your
up
one
s-
citation. But Flatzoid, your one citation didn't show this to be the case.
I brought up 6
Your
or
one
7.
citation. Yeah, but I asked you to bring up the one where we could look at how triangles are
You
used,
went-
and you didn't actually show it. I mean, I could.
I even sent it to you. You
That's
went
like-
through it and you showed triangles. Sakatoa. Sakatoa
No,
is a
it didn't show the
triangle
process.
trigonomic function, is it not?
Flatzoid. It didn't show using it in celestial navigation, buddy.
Okay. How about then we
It
look
didn't.
at the...
It didn't show it. It
What's
didn't
this
show it.
table? What's this navigation trigonometric tables?
I don't know. Is that on the same page that you sent me?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me find it. Navigation trigonometry table. Yeah, that's just giving, in case somebody doesn't have a calculator handy. But where in the process of celestial navigation?
Do they use this for the trigonomic function?
I don't see where in the process that they're using trigonometry to do. In fact, this page that you give me doesn't actually do any celestial navigation. It doesn't show how to take angles to a star and convert them to a location. Did you not notice that?
Did you not notice I already showed you how?
No, it's not in there anywhere. What page is it on where it shows that you take the angles to a star and convert them to a location?
That's how celestial navigation works. 19.
Well, show me which page. It's a 33-page. Are you a Freemason? 33-page PDF here. Which page shows how the celestial navigation is done using these triangles? Which page?
Okay, that's horizontal.
I'll jump to it.
Let's look.
I put it in the chat for everybody here to look at, so they can also help you find the page.
Yeah, please help us look.
Yeah, help him find the page. He's
Help us
desperate
look
to find the page.
Help us look while it's showing us using Sakatoa, which he says would not be used while they explain
Which
we should
page?
use
Which
it.
page? It's just which page is using it. Which page? Show me which page is using it to do celestial navigation.
Tell me why they would explain using it if you
Hold
don't
on, you're changing the
use it.
topic.
No.
You're changing the topic. Which page? Which page
Why
shows it?
would they show using it if you don't use it, Mctoon?
Yeah, just waiting. You're
Okay,
not showing.
I'm trying-
It's not there.
Aha, okay. Optional determine latitude. Write down the exact GMT Greenwich mean time. obviously. This gives you the information you need to find your latitude and longitude. Knowing that the measurement was taken from the sun at the highest point in time, you know there was noon. This is the angle of the sun of the horizon. Can you tell the latitude? If you also did step 7, you could determine the longitude. Knowing the GMT time and time where you tells the difference between the location of Greenwich, England, 0 degrees longitude, and relate the time difference, the distance, and find your longitude. The actual compute your latitude and longitude, you need to do a number of long calculations. Either way, the computers can help. Lessons vocabulary, geometry, the mathematical, trigonometry. These are the steps they want you to actually do. Weird.
Okay, what page you on?
6.
Okay. All right, where is it? Let's see it.
Read it out.
You didn't actually read out anywhere that it was applying triangles to celestial navigation, Flatzoid.
Sorry, what does trigonometry and triangles mean?
No, you didn't actually show where it was doing
what does lesson vocabulary list mean?
It's just a vocabulary list. It's not the step-by-step instructions. Oh my goodness,
So
Flatzoid.
what does it mean?
What does the vocabulary lesson mean? Vocabulary is like a small portion of a dictionary that tells you the key topics in that section.
I know you're dumb, Mctoon.
Yeah, so you can give you the definition for specific words.
I know you're dumb and you got a hard time reading what lesson vocabulary list means.
Oh my goodness. Still waiting for
that means this.
Flatzoid. Reason what we're going at here is we're finding the page in this that uses trigonometry to do celestial navigation. And you haven't yet shown me which page. Which page?
They just told you how to do it.
Which page?
There we go. Another page. 11.
Page 11. All right. So 11, we're going to take the angles to stars.
There we go.
Right. This is just trigonometry review. There's no star angles in here anywhere.
No triangles.
Nowhere in that does it say.
B would be the star.
Oh my gosh.
Would B not be the star?
Where? Well, show me the page where it says B is the star. Go ahead.
Wow. Talk about
show me the
dishonesty,
page where it says
guys.
B is the star.
Talk about
exactly.
dishonesty.
Because nowhere on that page does it say that B is the star.
They're explaining the trigonometry to the students.
Oh my gosh. Come on. What page shows the triangles in celestial navigation? What page?
I got a triangle on screen now.
We have it there. I mean, I have. It's a trigonometry review. So I put in the live chat again, everybody. If you can help Flatzoid, he's desperate here to find the actual angle, the triangle that's being applied in celestial navigation, because I don't see anywhere. I mean, you can jump down here, jump down to page 12, question 7, task 7.
Sorry, what does number 3 say that I got on here?
It says, have students use calculators or trig table test to do the rocket to the moon problem.
Trig table sheets, correct?
Yeah, the rocket to the moon problem. That's not going to work out well for you.
No, it works out fine for me because it's making my point they're using a triangle. They use trigonometry to do what they need to do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really? It's weird how this guy says there's no triangles.
First law.
Yeah, first law of Mctoon.
Jump down to page 16, and you'll see the rocket ship to the moon.
Oh yeah, got it.
It has the distance to the moon, 382,700 kilometers. First law.
Sorry, is this making a triangle for the rocket ship to the moon?
Yeah. The moon is then 382,700 kilometers away.
According to the narrative, yes, but that doesn't make it true. So tell me again, is that a triangle? On the page you said they're not using triangles, Mctoon.
This isn't celestial navigation. That's not getting the observer's location, Flatzoid. This is getting the rockets.
Have you never? Well, you know you can do the same with this for celestial navigation. Have you never?
Oh, show me that. Show.
Have
it
you
to
never?
me.
You
Show
know
it to
you
me.
can do celestial navigation to the moon using the moon and the sun as
All right.
well, just
All right,
just like the stars, Mctoon.
All right, let's look at this. We've got page. Oh my gosh, Flatzoid. You should have read this first. Dude, you don't. Why? Flatzoid, why? Why didn't you read this first? You're killing yourself.
What do you mean I didn't read this first? This is making my point, and you're laughing like a
it's not.
crazy lunatic because you.
Nowhere in here is it showing how celestial navigation uses triangles. Oh my gosh.
Okay. What's on screen
Yeah,
again?
I love you, man. Yeah, I love you, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
ridiculous. It's amazing how this guy doesn't. He said he sees on screen.
I like that the invisible island problem. Again, this is all horizontal stuff. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's horizontal.
What page you on there with? Yep.
It's horizontal. Tell me.
You can measure horizontal angles and vertical angles both. Amazing.
So when you do a horizontal angle measurement, Mctoon, would you require that to be horizontal, not curving?
It's just the horizontal component of an angular measurement, right? Every angular measurement has a vertical component and a horizontal component. So you're just isolating the horizontal component. That's all it's doing.
So horizontal
again,
doesn't
just like
curve then?
Just like I said before, the fact that you're using a straight line in Euclid's Book 3, Proposition 18 does not change the fact that there's a circle involved. It doesn't make that circle not be a circle anymore. It's still a circle. All right. Hey, could you do this one more time? People are like, hey, do this. So jump to page. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, you can share the screen.
All right. Good. And then I got some super chats. I hope you got.
I also got super chats as well. Yeah.
All right. We should do that next. So all right. One more time. I just like this was pretty good. Are you seeing it? Oh, I need to change this. There it is. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. I just want to show that one more time. All right. What do you got for super chats, Flats?
Just want to get something quickly.
I'm just poking at you, man. All right.
Just want to get something quickly.
Hold on. Somebody had something. I think I'm going to read this right away here because I think you're going to like it. The grumpy old mechanic says, I will pay Flatzoid $500 to go to his local university library and read the abstracts of 20 papers, each from the Journal of Astronomy and Astrophysics and the Journal of Geophysical Research. He must live stream it. So there you go, $500.
$500. I'll do that.
To live stream reading the abstracts from 20 papers.
Okay, I'll do that.
There he is.
$500.
Right. So, grumpy old mechanic. Contact Flatzoid. How can he contact you?
Flatzoid@gmail.com.
There it is. All right.
Okay, let me go to my super chats first quickly. We can do 1-1.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, from Duncan McLeod. I love this one. He says, the top. Please ask Mctoon. The top line of the angle goes from the observer to the star, and the bottom line of the angle goes from the observer to where exactly?
The edge of the visible horizon.
False.
Just like in my,
false. It goes to the GP of the star.
No, it doesn't.
I can show you.
It doesn't at all. No. Here, I'll demonstrate. Here you go. I've got it.
You know what a line of sight is?
There you go. All right. So there is.
That's not a nautical sextant. And
there you go. It doesn't need to be a sextant in any angle measuring.
Sorry,
device
when we
works.
talk about nautical navigation, celestial navigation, we're using nautical sextants. That's
I've used this very same phone to obtain my position by measuring angles to stars. So it works just fine. So but whether you're sighting through a phone or through a sextant, this particular angle right here is going to be the same. It doesn't change. So that's not the GP. If you remember later, I showed I'll bring it up to right there, right up that to the tip of that the rocket there. So the tip of that rocket to the GP of the ball is not the edge of that. That's not what you're measuring. Now, since I can do celestial navigation and you can't, I kind of know what I'm talking about. So, all right.
Okay. Can I share my screen quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 seconds. Okay. The point where the line crosses the surface of the Earth we call the geographical position of the star, or GP. And observers positioned in the GP of the star will see it directly in the vertical above the head.
Yeah, so if they're right underneath it, they look straight up, they'll see it. So what?
Okay, now I want to show you something quickly. When you go and look at the star, is it on the same azimuthal plane as the observer? Well, this one's going to actually look a bit better.
The same azimuthal plane? No.
It's not the same plane. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
So that's not the same azimuthal plane. There's the observer. There's the star. There's the GP of the star. Same plane,
Wait,
correct?
Where's the GP of the star?
On there, at that point.
On that curved line H?
No.
Why do you have a curved line?
That's the celestial sphere. Remember when we talked about celestial sphere?
Yeah, but you don't like those curved lines. How did you get that curved line?
Why are you obfuscating from the point that it's on the same plane?
It's not at the same plane. Flatzoid. It's not.
And
it's not the same horizontal plane. Right, of course, any 3 points you can define a plane. All you need is 3 points. So you can always define a plane to include any 2 arbitrary points. Just pick a third.
Great. So the point he's making is, if you're standing on your surface and you are, let's say, your sensible horizon is your point, you are looking out to the star, which would be on the same plane as you, to get that measurement. Yes, that's what line. What does line of sight mean?
It's just a line. It's not a plane. A line is a line, not a plane. There you go. There's a good diagram. You see that body there, the GP. That in that diagram, it doesn't have somebody showing at an higher elevation, but you see that geoidal horizon is what it's calling. That geoidal horizon that you would be viewing is not to the GP. So
it's on the same plane, correct?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a separate plane.
No, it's definitely on the same
plane.
They're
not coplanar. They're not coplanar. Your diagram shows that they're not.
Okay, so let's move on to the circle of equal altitude then. Tell me again.
Is that the next super chat?
No. Same thing. Okay. So circle of equal altitude, would that be the same plane?
No.
Circle of equal altitude is not the same plane.
Same plane as what? What are you talking about?
Observer to celestial star, correct? You'll be somewhere on this circle to the celestial GP of the star, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll explain it. So
same plane.
You ready?
Same plane.
Hold on. I'll explain it if you let me.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you take a sphere, and you take the GP, which the GP is a point from the origin of the sphere to a point on the surface out to a point on a concentric sphere farther out, an undefined distance away, and that defines a line. So at that line, you take at a elevation, a radius that's less than the radius of the sphere, and you have a plane intersect that line orthogonal at that point, and then where that plane intersects the sphere is where you're going to have your circle of equal altitude. And of course, the altitude it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's not an altitude in linear units. It's an angular elevation, angular altitude.
So plane, if it's on the same plane, then as you said,
the plane is where the plane intersects the globe.
So the plane circumference of circle equal altitude where you're standing, the GP of the star is on the same plane as you.
No, the GP is not on the same plane. The
you
GP
just said
is on a different plane.
You just said it's on the same plane.
No, I didn't. I said all the entire circle and where the circle intersects the globe is on the same plane, but the GP is in the center of that, and it is not on the same plane.
It is on the same plane. It's showing.
But no, scroll back to your diagram. Right there. There you see the GP is at a different location than where that circle intersects.
I don't know why I have to do this.
It is a little more complex geometry, probably.
No,
High school
this
level.
is very simple stuff, mate. Circle of equal altitude. There we go.
Okay, yeah. You have a simplified diagram. Okay.
Okay.
Go to the one.
No,
go
no,
to
no,
the left,
no.
left and down. Left and down.
This one's
from-
going to be
from the one you
better.
selected.
Okay.
No. Left and down.
I
Hold
think
on.
I
Left.
think I like this one, so you can
all right.
read what's on screen, maybe. Assuming you position a circle of equal altitude, intercept. Yeah, the interceptor method. Okay, let's go to where it shows sight reduction. There we go. The analogy of observing a flagpole is often used to describe the circle of equal altitude principle. An observer who sees the flagpole at a certain altitude will be on the circle with an equal distance around the pole.
Yes.
If another observer sees the top of the flagpole at a high altitude, then he is on a circle that is closer to the flagpole.
Yeah.
Another observer sees the top left of the pole, lower altitude of the circle must be further from the pole. You get it? On the same plane.
Yeah, that circle is on a plane, but on a curved surface like the Earth, that's a different. The point that is the GP is not coplanar.
Oh, sorry.
All right, go to the next. Go to the next slide here.
We
All
literally.
right, hey, jump
Can
to the
we
next slide.
first finish? So we
Hey, jump
got.
to the next slide. Go ahead.
So we got sight.
I mean, we're getting bogged down in super chats here, but just jump to the next slide. There
Yeah,
you go. There's a good diagram.
Homoto, yeah.
Excellent
Homoto,
diagram
yeah.
there.
And you can do Homoto showing flat. So because they draw it over a curve, so therefore curved, you say. But let's go back to what the triangle show on the circle
Oh, you
equals to.
didn't like that, huh?
No, because it's just you guys don't understand that.
That's a nice one.
That's a
Very
nice one. So same plane then.
That circle is on a plane. It's a different plane. It's not coplanar with the GP though.
Oh, so he's not measuring a distance. Got a calculated distance of let's say 3,000 nautical miles on the same azimuthal plane.
No, not on the same plane.
So what is line of sight then? Because this is sight reduction.
Yeah, it's not line of sight.
Yes, it is. It's called sight reduction for a reason.
Just because it's sight reduction doesn't mean it's line of sight. It's not line of sight reduction. It's sight reduction.
Circle of equal altitude on the Earth. Okay, this radius of the
There you
circle
go.
of equal altitude distance to the GP is equal to the zenith distance.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more plain I can make this.
Yep. Draw those on a flat surface and make them intersect in any reasonable way. You won't. $10,000 is still waiting for you. The first one to do it. It's funny that you said that it's possible, but Flatzoid, nobody has yet done it. How come you haven't done it?
Why haven't I done it? Because it's not really a challenge. We already went through it on a live stream showing that it's just literally.
But Flatzoid,
I
what you claimed early on in our conversation here that celestial navigation using only flat Earth is possible, and you have not ever shown it happen.
Again,
why haven't you done it?
It is flat Earth. You even said you don't.
Why haven't you done it?
You conceded you needed two straight lines to have an angle. You conceded we needed triangles.
I did not concede triangles. Nowhere in celestial navigation
you're right.
are triangles used. Nowhere in celestial navigation do we use triangles. You did not show any application of triangles in celestial navigation.
While I brought it up on screen with many.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You just said, "Oh, look, they're talking about triangles." You didn't say, "Here is the process that uses triangles in celestial navigation." You never did that, Flatzoid. It wasn't in your citation.
I brought up more than one citation saying they use trigonometry for the citation.
And I asked you for all of them, show where they do that process, and you did not. Your one citation that you chose to show did not show what you thought that it was going to show.
Explaining it doesn't mean it's not the process, mate.
Well, you just need to show the process. You did not show the process.
I did. Must I show it again?
Never did you show the process of using a triangle to get the actual position.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You never did that.
I'm gonna do it again, just for you, Mctoon, because this has been done many times. Let's see if I can quickly share screen. Shown, and by the way, we can't go on too long, it's kind of late here. I'm going to do this again for you, okay? Because it has been done for you many times now. It's not hard to understand. Let's take a line. This would be the surface of the earth, or whatever you just want to have. It doesn't really matter. It can just be a normal standing on a boat. We got our zenith, which is a 90. We got a star, which is there. We're going to have an angular measurement. Remember, 2 straight lines. There's our 2 straight lines. We're going to close off the angle. This would be 90 minus whatever we measured. Let's say we measured 30. Okay? It's going to give us 60. 60 times 60 gives us our distance in nautical miles. So that will give us...
But you used
gives us this
the
distance.
radius. Sorry, you used the circumference of the globe in that, though.
What circumference?
That's the problem.
I didn't use any circumference. Show me where I use circumference.
That 60 nautical miles is a portion of 21,600, which is the circumference, the measured circumference of the globe.
No.
Flatzoid.
It's the...
You used the globe in that.
It's... No.
Flatzoid.
No.
You used the globe.
Sorry.
All you've done is show that you have to use the globe.
Did I read a measurement over this index arm reading?
You're gonna need R for that.
Sorry,
dude.
Sorry.
You keep using the globe. Why are you using the globe when you're trying to use flat Earth? You're just shooting yourself in the foot with the big Dylan minigun, just over and over and over. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Can I talk?
Why?
Or is this too hard for you? Is this too hard for you? You already conceded that these are degree angle measurements over this
angles.
arm.
That's no concession that they're angle measurements. It's not a problem.
Oh, so if it says 20 degrees, that's not an angular measurement?
No, it is an angular measurement. My goodness, why are you going off on this weird thing?
Great. So the sextant, aka 60 degree, is a segment of a circle. We're measuring the celestial sphere, correct?
No, we're not measuring the celestial sphere.
Yes, we are. The star,
Incorrect.
The star is in the celestial sphere, correct?
The star is, yes, but we're not measuring any linear distances within the celestial sphere.
So when I take an angular measurement to a star in the celestial sphere,
it's just an angular measurement.
Am I measuring the floor, or am I measuring the angle to the star in the celestial sphere?
Just all you're measuring is the angle.
To the star in the celestial sphere, correct? So not the floor.
Of course, the horizon is involved in that. So you've got the surface of the globe as part of it, and the location of the star in the celestial sphere is part of it.
Wait. You guys have been telling us the surface of the globe has nothing to do with it. Now it does.
Why would I say that?
Because
I've never said that.
You guys do say that.
Where did that come from? That came out of the blue.
Great. So we do use the horizon then for horizontal.
No, we use the horizon, but the horizon is not horizontal. The horizon is not tangent to the point. It's always a dip. We already covered that. There's a dip.
So now you're contradicting yourself again. So we got straight lines.
No. I've always used the same thing.
We don't have straight lines. We don't have straight lines.
I've gone through this book. I can do celestial navigation. I know how it works. If you give me star angle measurements, I will use the globe and tell you the location of the observer. If I give you star angle measurements, you will never give me the location of the observer.
Okay, nice obfuscation. So
it's not an obfuscation. That is 100% confirmation that the Earth is a globe.
Okay.
Unchallenged.
Okay. Again.
Unchallenged confirmation.
And now you won't let me talk.
That's what it is.
Now you won't let me talk. So
you can't challenge it.
So let's make this clear. 2 straight lines give an angular measurement to a star in the sky using a instrument that requires parallel light rays to work in succession. With a inclometer, with an index arm reading of an angle, which in degrees gives you
angles,
which lets
Why do you need to keep going over this? All that a
which
sextant does is measure
calculates-
angles.
Which calculates,
We agree.
Which calculates your distance
No.
to the GP of the star with a circle of equal
No,
altitude
there's no-
based
there's
on
no-
your line of sight with straight lines.
No,
Wow.
that's not how it works.
That's
not
exactly
how it actually
how
works.
it works.
It just measures angles. Everything else is the process you apply after you measure the
You
angle.
can't measure an angle if you've got bent lines, Mctoon.
Of course you can. It's easy.
You can't measure an angle if you've got bent lines.
It's easy.
Angles
Let me
are straight lines,
let me
Mctoon.
let me tell you this. Let's say you're watching Smokey and the Bandit. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say that the bandit in his Trans Am is driving along and he's taking a whole bunch of turns on that road. And when you're standing there at the finish line, right? At the fair where they're going to deliver the beer. And can you measure the angle that between, the stadium stand and the Trans Am as the Trans Am heads towards you, even though the path that it took from Texarkana all the way to you was not a straight line? Can you measure that angle when it gets there?
Sorry, it's a false equivalence.
All right, we're gonna need to move on to some more super chats, or it's not gonna go.
Otherwise,
All
not gonna end.
Melodic Lyric says Flatzoid's inability to realize that a zoomed in curve is a straight line is so frustrating. There you go.
Let's put it this way: even if it's zoomed in, doesn't make it flat.
All right, go ahead. You got one.
I say, is it a requirement that every heliosexual anti-flat earther must be a narcissist gaslighter?
No.
But
All right. Kiros says, I think we should have Flatzoid cite his Celestial Navigation manual that supports his claims. Title, author, and page number. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wow, I gave
The one I have so far. I mean, the one you gave me doesn't help you.
I gave
about the Earth being a globe.
I gave 7 citations that all say we use trigonometry. Really weird.
Could you email me? Could you email me those or send those to me in Discord?
Yeah, I'll give them.
All right.
Awesome,
Cool. All
awesome
right,
clips.
go
Thank
ahead.
you very much. And the next one is Lumpy Gas and Vacuum. Thank you very much for your super chat. It says only Globus say straight lines unnecessary.
Only at the intersect, of course. Randomly Epic says tonight's special is a word salad followed by waffle topped with freshly picked cherries that pairs beautifully with a nice wine. I prefer the Toonshine.
Rob Keane says thank you. Been a member for 10 months. Toon is not winning me back to the globe.
Wasn't my goal. Kira says, what if I have an 80-degree arc on a sextant?
Wow. So that means that 80-degree arc is based from 2 straight lines giving that arc reading?
No, but you were talking about 60. So what if he has it's not really a sextant anymore if you can read
it's 80.
80.
Yeah.
But what if somebody made a sextant is like, screw the sextant, I'm going to make it read all the way up to 90. Then what?
If they just change the calculations, then there's not times 60 anymore.
But it doesn't sum to 180 anymore.
Then it's not time. Well, you get sextants that are just to 100 degrees on the index arm. Didn't you know that? Or 140. They're not all 120.
Yeah, they don't. But then they don't sum to 180 anymore.
Not all of them, no.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, Lumpy Gas and Vacuum again for $2. McCringe.
Oh, I'm hurt, Lumpy. I'm hurt, Lumpy. All right, Randomly Epics does ask Flatzoid how 1 degree per 60 nautical miles is possible on a flat Earth using only straight lines, since that is what he claims.
They do only use straight lines.
Good.
That's how a
But how's it
sextant.
possible?
That's the sextant principle.
Oh my gosh,
I explained it. Yeah, angles in succession. If you pick up a sextant, maybe go look through how the mechanics of a sextant works. Very simple stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right.
LJ, ask Mctoon if he has nightmares about Alex Stein.
Poor Alex. They both Amy and James apologized to me afterwards. So there you go. Let's see. Holy Small says, does Flatzoid not realize that a triangle needs 3 sides?
Sorry? Triangle needs 3 sides. Obviously, yeah.
All right.
And then Retro Bull, thank you very much. He says, ad hom o the day. Flats try claiming that celestial claiming that celestial navigation triangles include an all-seeing eye in the center, and McMason may change his Mctoon. What?
McMason, that's a new one. I tell you, before this flatter stuff, the only time I'd ever seen or heard anything about Masons was the one time we were at a wedding in a hotel, and they were like meeting in a separate meeting room like nearby. I'm like, who are these guys with funny hats?
Yeah, they do have weird attire.
Grumpy Old Mechanic is the one that offered you $500 to go read 20 to the live stream 20 abstracts from 2 specific journals. Says he must include a legible image of first pages. He has 30 days. There you go. You have the month of September.
Is he going to supply those to me?
Supply what? You go to your local library or university.
I thought he's going to supply the papers to me. I don't have time to look for papers. Now he's going to say I'm reading the wrong papers.
I'll read again. I will pay Flatzoid $500 to go to his local university library and read the abstracts of 20 papers, each from the Journal of Astronomy and Astrophysics and the Journal of Geophysical Research.
The problem is
live stream.
I can do it online. I can do it online, but
papers.
I can't do it here because we don't have a university. I'm in the bush.
You don't have a university?
Not where I am. We're in the bush. I'm like 4 hours. I'm like 4 hours away.
So that's a long trip.
Yeah.
Do you never get into the big city?
Yeah, I've got family, but I mean 4 hours drive just to go to university. Come on.
What is the big city?
What do you mean it's the big city?
I mean, I don't dox yourself, but like, what is the big city that is the 4 hours away? Big city?
Pretoria, Johannesburg, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Pretoria.
Okay.
They're in between,
Right.
practically. One's an hour earlier. So yeah, 3 hours actually.
So another thing. If any of the 4 living people that I issued the $10,000 Southern flight challenges to say yes, and we do take the Sydney to Johannesburg route, will you meet me there and we can meet in person?
Sydney to Johannesburg route. You want to fly?
Yeah. So I have a challenge to Dubé, Jaron, Sargent, Nodal, who's no longer with us, and Dearth, to take a Southern Hemisphere route with me. One of them. There's about 5 or 6 or handful of them where the flights are strictly in the Southern Hemisphere going between continents, right? Because generally they say that these flights don't exist, and so my challenge to them is we'll ride the flight together, and if it crosses the equator, then they win, and if it doesn't cross and it takes the right amount of time as predicted by the globe, then I win, and winner gets 10,000. Sure. None have taken it, but if one of them does, we should meet.
Yeah, they should do it. Yeah, let them do it. Okay, LJ, explain the fantasy space shuttle travel at 17,500 miles an hour.
It goes 17,500 miles an hour. Why is that a problem?
Okay.
I don't know why that's a problem.
Okay, but we got to end, yeah, because wow, it's getting late.
All right.
So, any closing sentiments?
Thanks. And we'll do another next month.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, one more. Yeah. Don't let me, Flatzoid people, don't let me be the big patron. You be the big patron. There you go.
But that was fun though. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you later.
Cheers, guys, and thanks to you guys on Mctoon side.
All right.
I'm sure I won't read the chats.
All right, dude. We'll see you.
Okay, cheers. Leave meeting. Oh, wow. Oh, He just left, mate. Mctoon, please say hello to Jaren for us. Thank you, Retroball. Yeah, I don't know how that guy doesn't understand. Let me try. I still got my Ellemnet open. If you guys want to hop in quickly to say anything, if you guys are wanting to. It's crazy. But yeah, it was good. 96 people watching. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate it. There we go. Celestial navigation is based on the triangulation method. And the celestial bodies are used as reference points, and the GPS is based on the concept of trilateration, which uses GPS satellite location as a reference. Weird. What is triangulation method, guys? Uh-oh. But he doesn't like that word. While we show it on screen.
Where's he gone?
Yeah, he's gone, yeah. How's it going?
Good, man. What a circus, huh?
Circus isn't the words.
Wow.
But he contradicted himself left, right, and center.
Yeah, and the amount of trolls we had in chat just talking rubbish was unbelievable.
Idiots.
Crazy. It was all crazy. It's just he just sits he sits there and laughs.
But I love how he just says nah, and that's just his rebuttal. No. I can do celestial navigation, you can't, so no.
He's hot.
I mean, we explained why he's not a challenge is not a challenge. Because it's literally an idiotic. He opens what. Let's put it this way: the goalposts he placed on there are just unattainable.
Yeah, for the 10 grand.
Yeah, so it's not that no one can't do it.
No,
it's just they're unattainable for what he wants to be done.
Exactly.
He's made it impossible to do.
He has to, because he doesn't want to let go of 10 grand, does he? You know. Well.
Fade to black. Yeah, trilateration comes after the triangulation. So once you do the triangulation, because you take an angular measurement to get the distance to the GP of the star, you then trilaterate your position based on multiple sites. Trilateration comes after the triangulation.
Yeah, loads of people saying trigonometry is not about triangles. I'm like, it's in the word TRI.
It's trigonomic function, Sekatoa. It says it right there.
Exactly, it's in the word. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But but the sad thing of all is he didn't know what's the difference between the 3 different horizons, and yet I'm the one that doesn't know celestial navigation.
Exactly.
Every diagram and picture he showed used the triangle exactly, Ian.
Yeah, exactly. And they were saying there's no triangles there.
But the guy literally conceded that a triangle requires straight lines. So he said, look, that's not a triangle. And when I try to bring up and say, oh, cool, so you agree then PZZ triangles are not triangles then? No, I didn't concede, which he just literally did 2 seconds before that.
Wow. I think you need a mod when you debate Mctoon. I think you need a moderator. He just wants to talk over you, won't he? Okay.
Yeah.
And I want a spanner to block people.
She wants a spanner to block people.
Some of them are horrible.
Ooh, and trigonometry. Weird. But it's really tried to explain to him what's going on.
So you decided you'd stop using the surface of the Earth as a baseline.
Who's using the surface of the... Yeah, but I love how he said, no, we do use the horizon. Usually we get the argument, no, the horizon's got nothing to do with it. And he claims we do use the horizon, which means then it's flat because the horizon would have to be horizontal to use the the sextant. The sextant can't work without it being horizontal.
Into the break. Yeah, exactly. Groovy. Try being coherent.
Atlas, can you provide anything that Flat Earth has provided towards advances of maths, physics, astronomy, science? Please try. Okay, how about celestial navigation? The Venetians, they were flat earthers. They were known for their celestial navigation. How's that? Or how How about... There's so much I can't really think of my head, but there's many things, mate. The default position is everything's based on flat. Everything today, even your GPS satellites require Cartesian coordinates based from a flat plane. How about maps? They're all flat, two-dimensional.
Yeah.
Really simple stuff.
I think somebody said in chat the other day, can you show me a flat map? And I'm like, all maps are flat.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Oh no.
Yeah, Thomas, he asks, how does he draw a circle of equal navigation on a tangent? That's the whole point I was trying to tell him. It's to, not from. So he's standing on the surface is not a tangent because that's from. The tangent is to, which he doesn't get. So to, that requires him to see the GP of the star, line of sight. But the guy wouldn't let me talk.
No. And then he declares that you got the next slide flats. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy because he's the one that's lying, deceitful.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Atlas, he says false. Oh, shame.
Oh, okay. That means that. Well, you've got to take that flats and
yeah,
it's false.
it's such a great rebuttal. Just saying false. That's
False,
great rebuttal.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Yep, radar needs a flat plane. I mean, I actually did videos on radar. That's why the radar horizon works off angles. Straight lines, not bent lines.
And the fact that he's saying that the line going to the star is not a straight line is completely asinine.
It's crazy. But it shows you he doesn't have anything other than just deny everything. And then claim victory while he's denying it. Godzilla, thank you very much for your $7 super chat. Really appreciate it. Anyone else want to drive a bus over Mctoon, or is it just me? We need someone to laugh at, Godzilla. Scientific paper for what, Atlas? Do you even know what science is, mate? I don't think Atlas would even know what science is, even if it hit him in the face. So yeah.
And then Atlas is flat as well.
What was he drinking?
Moonshine.
He drinks all the time. I think he should stop drinking and maybe just drink water, because I don't think he realizes just how he actually gets himself to concede things without realizing it.
Yeah, but how sad is it that he's got all these people believing him when he's drunk all the time?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't bother me, because they will be blind to him like he's some kind of messiah. It doesn't matter what we say. They'll always be following him, so I don't really give a shit what they think. I mean, look at, let's say, the Andrew Tate followers. He literally lies to their face, and they still say, no, he's the victim. It's like, what the hell?
Exactly.
It's exactly the same. It's really weird paradox. Mctoon is showing, lying and contradicting himself constantly on screen, showing what he's saying is wrong, and they would still tell me I'm confused.
Maybe they're lonely and they need someone to cling on to.
What do you mean, Atlas? We can't make up our minds what the moon is.
We don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, what it's made of, and we admit that we can have guesses on what it is. We can suppose, you know what I mean, what it is, but we don't know.
Yeah, you see, the problem is, Atlas, you guys make a claim of what it is in the distance. So you have the burden on where it is and what it is. We just debunk it by saying you can't have it where you claim it to be, and it can't be what you claim it to be based on observation and natural law. Very simple stuff. Okay, guys, I think...
Yeah, and plus we can't go there.
Exactly, Jeff. We can't go there.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and Bev, I heard Apocrypha said you want to debate me on Saturday or something. Just let me know on a time, and then we can. I don't know what you want to debate about though.
He is in the chat.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I'm more than happy to debate Bev. Really weird. I never thought I'd ever debate Bev, to be honest.
on what? On what?
I have no idea. Probably angles,
Oh, okay.
because he's under the influence that you can't do anything with an angle.
Oh, wow.
Yet my mouse is based on angles. My shirt I'm wearing is based on angles. The TV I'm looking through is based on angles. My cabinet's
My
based on
truck is
angles.
based on angles.
Everything's based on angles, so you can do a lot of angles. Proof of what? Proof of what?
Not bad. Bev used to be in
Yeah,
Right.
I've seen what he put earlier. He's a troll.
YouTube. Was this another debate you ran away from?
Yeah, you keep running away from him, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just put my computer on autopilot. It wasn't really me here.
Mr. Andrew Flats, can you go back to the paper about triangulation and celestial navigation?
Why can't you go and look at it?
Yeah.
Yourself. He's already done
I will stick all those links in my description, okay, for you guys. Then you can go and look at all them yourself. Your proof of the flat Earth. That's easy, Bev. We went through it tonight. It has to be measured flat, so therefore it works flat. Every angular measurement you take requires flat. I mean, you, of all people, should know using a theodolite shows we have to set a horizontal, requires it to be flat. The water level shows it to be flat. The fact that we see things through optical vision and use perspective shows it's flat. The fact I can demonstrate on small scale having bottom-up obstruction on flat surfaces shows it's flat. The fact we can breathe at the moment and we are contained shows it's not a globe, an open globe in a space-violating vacuum. Need any more? How about we see very far that we're not supposed to see if you base it on the globe? The black swan, right? The black swan.
I don't know where Bev's sitting because I always thought Bev was a flat earther.
He claims never to be he never claimed to be a flat earther, so there I do. But it seems these days he's fighting more for the globe than just horizontal,
Well,
which is weird.
Fickle. They do it fickle. Well, like I say,
Save it for the discussion.
swap on apples. They
No,
can't make up them.
No stress, Bev. But I'll see you Saturday, mate. Look, one thing I have to say about Bev is he's at least very cordial and stuff. I haven't seen him really be rude or anything. And like I said, I was always in Bev's his channel and stuff. So yeah. So anyway, guys, any last words before I close off?
Well, Mctoon's not a flat earther. he didn't change his mind. He just did the same as he always does. Just did the same. Just laugh and just obfuscate and tell you you're the liar when he's sitting there deceiving everyone. You know? Not good.
I call him a twat.
I call him a liar. Well, at least on the stream they could see how many times he lied and contradicted himself. So
absolutely.
He even tried to misrepresent me while I'm trying to talk about delta triangle. That's us pointing out triangle, the start. You know what I mean? Hello, straight angles.
Yeah.
And then he tries, no, you think the delta is a triangle. You know. Doesn't even let me finish my sentence.
Like he's.
Paragraph.
Yeah. No, he's so.
See it.
Well, hold on, Armin. Mctoon doesn't drink alcohol on stream. It's just water. You really think that's true? Come on.
Keep telling yourself that, mate. I've seen many streams where he's slurping his tongue after drinking that stuff, dude.
Exactly.
Can I just say, my perspective, you haven't even got the decency to answer me back after you talk about me and other women on your stupid little thing. At least have the common decency to show my replies and answer me.
Yeah.
Prick.
My wife's not impressed either. I mean, this is the same reason why Oren's been banned from my channel before, because he crossed the line and talked about my wife and children. And I've warned him about this, and yet he comes and does a video talking about what? My wife and TJ and partners and Michael, and even saying Michael lives by his mom. What the hell?
And saying what my beliefs are when I don't even know the bloke, it's just some random.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Get a life.
Yeah, I agree.
Well said. Well said.
So yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you everybody for the super chats, sharing the show, liking. You guys rock. It was actually a good show. Had a lot of people on. I think we were over 110 at this stage.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
So it was good. Thank you guys all for coming. Very, very appreciative. I'll see you all tomorrow for another stream. Bye-bye.
My perspective, you're a liar.
Oh, yeah. We got screenshots of the replies, my perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.